Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in. This is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the Vampire the Masquerade venue. This evening's scene is set at the Hemingway restaurant on the property of the Hyatt Regency Hotel, known to the nighttime denizens of the city as Elysium. And I'm just going to run through my PCs real quick and let them do their intros, and I will go from there. So, starting from my left to right, Victor.
Victor, you're muted.
Atlas,
Huh?
you're up.
Oh. Fuck. I lost the thread completely. I'm sorry.
So we are at the Hemingway at the Hemingway restaurant. I'm assuming Victor and Valerie are arriving together.
Yes.
Okay. So
we haven't been there before, so we don't know what it looks like or anything.
hang on.
It might not do well to start.
I believe I've been there.
We've not been there.
Give me just a second. I do have reference photos because
those would be nice.
ST likes having her reference photos. It would help if they would actually fucking show up. I don't know. Is that the right one? No, it's not. Go away.
Stop.
There we go. There is the basic layout, but give me just a second to see if I can find the correct photo. There we go. That is the main meeting table where this meeting will be taking place.
It's far too sunny out, nothing to do with it.
The sun will not actually be there. Could not find indoor reference photos from nighttime.
It's hard to take good pictures then.
But yes.
Quick question.
Yes, dear.
How bright is the lighting?
Not terribly. During the nighttime they dim the lights and use mostly candles.
Fantastic. Okay.
There are candles at every table, but there's also fairly dim lighting coming from the ceiling.
Good to know.
I suggest we stay outside and just watch for a bit. Perhaps take a short walk. Get a lay of the land before we sit.
Yeah. We can do that.
Brilliant.
Wait until more people arrive.
Okay. Next to arrive will be Miss Alex Diamond.
Will I even see Victor and Valerie, or they're far from the entrance?
Are they on the kind of veranda outside of the restaurant, or did they stay further away?
We probably drove there, so we're just like exiting the car, looking around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what a coincidence. I'm exiting the car too.
There you go.
Weird how things like that happen. Two people having cars.
Well, in that case, he'll just nod towards them. She has met them after all, and we'll head inside. Who is inside, by the way, at this point?
Inside at the moment is this man. Enjoy his new overlay.
Okay.
Along with not all of the people on this here at the moment are here yet. Brannon and Logan have not arrived yet, but Katya and Conrad both are here as well.
Oh,
Castiel
great.
is notably absent.
Okay.
Generally, where Conrad and Katya go, Castiel goes as well, but he is conspicuously absent.
Well, I will go and greet them formally. Very, very formally. And then I will take a seat somewhere.
Okay. So, I believe up next is Serenity Ward.
Sorry about
Hello, puppers.
that was the other room. Somebody was walking by my house.
Are you serious?
Hello,
It was just a
puppers.
gangrel with low etiquette.
That's a great reference to our last scene. The hell serious. God damn it. Serenity will arrive and will immediately go towards her fellow Tremere anywhere they would be, just because she needs to make nice for a moment, because she's been spending a lot of time with Vance and the gangrel Sirius.
They are all three gathered at the head of the table.
I was giving my dog a moment to calm down. Yeah, she will go and make her greetings and polite talk with them and just minor socializing best as she can in the clan.
Okay. Up next is our new hound, Nora, who will be arriving with the sheriff.
She doesn't really hesitate going inside. But she does not leave Clarence's side though. She seems pretty much at ease. She is wearing a leather jacket, jeans, boots, gloves, and sunglasses. And when she gets inside and sees that the lighting is fairly dim, she will take off the gloves and the sunglasses and put them in her pockets.
Okay, up next is Arjun.
Arjun comes by himself on his bike, takes off the helmet as he is walking towards the Elysium, and just makes his way in comfortably, and walks in and looks at the faces that are already here. Seeing a new one, interested and interesting.
That new face is also very much kind of attached at the hip to the sheriff, who Arjun definitely knows is the sheriff.
More interesting.
Okay, we already did Valerie. Dominic.
Dominic arrives from an alleyway close to Elysium. He is dressed in a nice suit and a nice fedora hat. He is wearing a Guy Fawkes mask. He's got a black covering over, so none of his skin is showing. He's got black gloves. There's no exposed part of his skin. And as he's walking up, he's a little bit on guard, given the news he's received just recently. He is on lookout for unsavory characters of the Sabbat variety.
Okay. And up next is Ely.
Ely arrives with her, quote, dad, as always,
He's parked at the entrance. He's just told to sit somewhere in a chair, read some papers or book, whatever. And Edie will just look at the place. She knows it, and she'll go. She'll actually go directly over to Katya and find a seat next to her.
If she wants to sit next to her, she'll have to position herself between Arjun and Katya, because on her other arm is the prince. Kieran, get off the floor.
She pouts a little, and she'll find somewhere else to sit.
I mean, she can, put herself right between Arjun and Katya, but,
Well, she likes to put it, mom and dad.
right.
Hmm.
Okay, so, last but not least is Vance.
Bishop, you're up.
Bishop.
Vance shows up in a muscle car, an engine peeking up through the hood, has about God knows how many dents in the side. Not entirely sure if just because he's a poor driver or the car's been shot at over the past week.
A little bit of column B.
I mean, why not both?
Exactly. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
It fits itself snugly into a parking spot. Walks on into the building, pays absolutely no one any mind or heed whatsoever. Oh, sorry about that. He pays absolutely no one any heed whatsoever, and is just smoking a cigarette as he walks into the building, and will probably just take a seat, turn it round, and then sit on sit on it back to front.
Okay. Once all the PCs have arrived, Brennan will approach the building.
I imagine after we've walked, just like looked at the area, that we will actually like.
He'll actually come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were just standing outside because we've never been there, so just to get like a lay of the land. But just like as soon as we see other people arrive, because we don't want to be the first to enter the building, but once we see other people, we just look around and then we enter the scene.
Okay.
We don't want to be the last to come at all, but we don't want to be the first either. So we just like wait
Oh,
a bit
don't worry. The
and then enter.
Ventru Elder will be fashionably late. So. Bad as a damn Toreador. But yes, Brandon will approach and, shove the door open. Which, earns him a glare from the prince, but he shrugs. Not really his fault, he's, base strength 6. Kind of glances over at Vance, and then to Alex.
Alex will give him a nod.
Any response from Vance?
Sup?
Brandon will give him a nod. He will give, due respect to the sheriff and the other members of rank in the building before sitting down. Prince actually gonna kind of look around. No faces he does not recognize.
Have we met?
Oh yeah, you would have been introduced to the prince.
Okay, good. Cool.
Okay. He kind of looks around, takes in who all is here. And just as he's, about to start actually speaking and begin the meeting, another, the door flings open again. And in walks the man in the top right of the screen. Mr. Logan Henry. A recent arrival to the city. And the prince will get up and give him a respectful nod and shake his hand. If you don't mind taking a seat, we are about to start. Logan just kind of rolls his eyes and goes to sit down, kind of avoiding sitting directly next to anyone.
Ellie, go sit right next to him.
Nora just kind of quirks a brow, like and in her mind she's thinking he is awfully rude for Ventru. Like Ventru can be rude, but
Oh, he is.
she's just for him to just kind of blatantly disrespect the prince like that just kind of like makes her go, okay. She doesn't say anything, but she makes a note of it.
I assume you all know why I gathered a lot of you here today. Kind of looks around at people.
The bug problem needs to be taken care of.
Nora just gives a nod of her head.
Yeah, Alex does the same.
Slow nod from Victor.
Yeah, Valerie makes eye contact with Victor and just smiles a wicked grin.
Get a smirk back.
You slept all day. Why do you have to be a dick? Be quiet.
I thought that was next to character for a second. I was like, wait, what?
What did I?
No, that was me talking to my son, who's currently being a dick.
That's what his job is.
Okay. The spot is certainly one issue that needs addressing. Another is the matter of the gargoyles.
The what now?
Gargoyles.
Gargoyles.
Valerie like nods as if she's totally on. Yeah, she totally knows what's going on. She's like,
You want to make me a manipulation subterfuge roll for
oh,
that?
she's not even like she's but it's obvious that she didn't know anything like that was going on. She just looks to Victor and like gives half a shrug and just whatever.
She's just like.
Not even attempting to hide it, just
No, just
pretending badly.
Dealing with the fact that she doesn't know anything about it, and that if she needs to, they'll probably tell her, and if not, not important.
If not, she can grill Victor later.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
See
She,
if
she can talk to Victor later about
try
it.
to get anything out of him.
She shrugs it off for now. Like, whatever.
He kind of looks over at Clarence. Think I can let my sheriff do most of the talking for this. It is his purview, after all. Clarence just shoots him this look that is like, you're joking, right? No, you're not. You're a dick. He'll stand up and kind of look around the room. We are dealing with not just Sabat, but also gargoyles. The gargoyles seem to have concentrated themselves into one building. It's going to make it easy to take care of them if we are careful. Kieran, go eat snacks. Stop squealing.
Ely raises a hand somewhat slowly.
Clarence gives her, a friendly smile. He knows Ely. He's the one who found her.
Pretty much. So
Yes, Ely.
so what do we do? I don't know. I've never seen a gargoyle before. Do we need like special things for him, like hammer and chisel and stuff, or what?
No. You don't need a hammer and chisel for them. Kind of looks over at Darian like, this is your specialty, not mine. And actually, he will defer actually to Conrad, who is much better at the mystical side of things than either one of them. The gargoyles are like us. But dealing with them is relatively easy if you know certain powers of the blood. They are particularly susceptible to mental domination.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
But I do believe the plan we had come up with was warding them into the building and waiting it out. I can create a ward strong enough that they won't be coming out anytime soon. The only problem is I need someone inside distracting them, but they won't be able to come out either. I need to find someone else who can ward the building while I distract them.
Serenity's
For
gonna
how long?
slowly raise her hand.
For how long?
You won't be able to come out once I do the wards. I have to be the one that goes in. I can leave magically.
Can't we just make a team, go in, ward the place, and everyone stays in until they're all dead?
Well, we had planned on waiting them out. There's over 24 gargoyles in there.
Fair enough.
And while they may be susceptible to domination, their claws hit hard.
Elder?
Yes, Serenity. What is it?
I know the wards and can help with that part.
Good. I think I'm the only one who is capable of teleportation, so I will go in, act as the distraction. If you and some of the other Tremere can put up the wards while I'm inside, I can reinforce them once I'm out.
The only other part I would add is maybe have someone offer up to be watching our backs as we do it.
Of course.
Don't worry, I can protect you.
I can do that as well.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm very capable of doing that.
That just earns a little smile from Clarence.
By the way, she totally looked at Vance when she asked that question.
That you are. Bishop dropped. I think he said he would have to be right back. I will ask him when he gets back what Vance would have responded with. So. Good. That sounds like we have a plan. Let me... How does next week sound?
Should be sufficient on my side.
I'm always ready to kill threats to the city.
Same here.
Miss Diamond.
Same here. You know. Never run from a fight.
I don't believe
Or Bruja.
I don't believe I have any other plans. And Nora does speak with a British accent that I'm not going to attempt to do right now.
I mean, Conrad has a fucking Romanian accent.
Right.
Not going there. Period.
I can do it sometimes. I just I don't feel like it.
Valerie raises a hand.
He glances over. Yes.
Right, see, I'm confused. So, your plan to fight these gargoyles is to lock you inside the building. What?
I'll be able to get out.
So,
No
for
one
how
else
long
would be
can you
able
keep
to.
them in there? Because that just seems prolonging it. Unless I'm
I
can...
believe the plan is to starve them out.
The plan is to starve them out. I will be able to leave, even with the wards in place, because of the magics of my clan.
Nora
So we all
will
speak
raise...
of battle. Like, you're all going to this fight, and what you're really doing is locking them in a cage and hoping that the ward will keep up until they starve to death.
I think he knows that the war will keep up.
I know my wards will hold.
Right then. And she leans back and seems to just be content listening.
Quick question: how resistant are they to mental attacks?
Not very at all. Mental attacks are perhaps their biggest weakness. It's how they were created.
Nora will raise her hand. We're starving them out. So are we hoping that once they get hungry enough that they will eat each other?
Yes. And then we take care of what's left.
Wouldn't it?
As far as the Sabbat goes,
I-
that's something else entirely.
I think that it might be more efficient to, since we do have them all in one building, is have our ghouls go in during the day and cut holes in the roof, let the sunlight take them.
Fair enough.
That seems to be at least a more efficient option and less cruel.
What if some of them can have ways to, well, get under, protect themselves from sunlight without having a building there?
They're going to be
Kangaroo.
they're going to be asleep,
They're going to be asleep.
and even if
They sleep during the day just like any of us.
they wake up, if it's done correctly, they're not going to have anywhere to hide.
I can provide explosives to take out the ceiling.
Nora will nod.
I can.
That's soft-hearted flaw, man. It's like, let's not
Wouldn't-
starve them to death.
If
Won't
we do that,
explosives make a lot of noise?
Exactly.
Yeah, I
that's what
mean-
thought.
Explosives do make a lot of noise, but it's also a condemned building.
couldn't there
So
just be a
nobody
will
will
fire?
ask
think twice.
any questions.
Couldn't there just be a very, very big fire?
If they do, I have contacts within the police department within which I can pull strings. One of my ghouls is the chief of police.
I will ask my ghouls if they wish to, well, assist.
It could potentially be dangerous for the ghouls. I wouldn't send in anyone you're too attached to.
I'll nod.
They're bringing down a building.
Chris is back, by the way.
Well, welcome back, Bishop.
I exist. Sorry about that. What's happening?
We are discussing how to deal with the gargoyles. Initially, they were going to starve them out, but it has been suggested to bring down the ceiling and let them, roast in the sun instead.
Where they at?
They're in a condemned building downtown.
Oh, condemned? Yeah, just firebomb it. No one will care.
And if questions are asked, one of my ghouls is the chief of police. I can make it go away.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, just firebomb it. Won't be a problem. Whose gargoyles were these again?
My brothers.
Okay, they still loyal to him?
Well, he's
He's
dead.
dead. I would assume they're seeking out a new master, or if worse comes to worse, turning to the anti-tribute.
Hmm.
If that happens, we're screwed.
How do we know they have not already?
Trust me, you would know. 24 gargoyles. Our chantry would have been ash.
Well, I mean, actually, considering I am but a poor, uneducated neonate, can anyone explain to me exactly what gargoyles are?
Thank you.
Okay. They are a bloodline of our clan.
Okay.
embraced to be our guardians. Most of our clan are not as physically gifted as most kindred.
Vance emits a spooky smile.
Our benefits tend to lie in our mind. So, the gargoyles were created to act as our guardians.
Well, you said they were embraced, though. I don't know. I just find it kind of. Isn't that weird? That, like, I don't know. I'd have thought they were a Nosferatu bloodline, given that, they kind of have the whole thing going on, giant wings, giant walking, talking masquerade breach thing going on. How did
Conrad is one of the few that does actually know this story.
so how did we go from, I mean, no offense, but how did we go from, and he just kind of gestures to you and like kind of points down as if kind of like running his hands down his figure through the air sort of thing. How did we go from that to giant statue murderer?
Alex actually smirks when Vance makes these comments.
Because I don't really know much about bloodlines, but I know they're all pretty similar to the clan they come from, and this seems like kind of a massive departure, which is unusual.
Conrad's gonna run a hand through his hair, because fuck me, this is not what he wanted to explain tonight.
Damn it.
Please, tell me
God,
how
right.
they are slaves.
I heard they're made from other vampires.
Wait, what?
Conrad was taking a drink from a glass, and he chokes on it a little
Say
bit.
what? Repeat that, friend?
I read they're made from other vampires.
Excuse me?
It was very
That's
still.
what you mean?
Vance actually considers whether this bet is actually serious and literal. He starts navel gazing. It's almost as if he's considering how much to wager.
Ely is lowering her perception alertness to see, because she is looking as to how Comrade is going to react to this.
Okay, go ahead and give me a.
Yeah, can I roll perception empathy?
Yeah.
I have
I have 5
intuitive
successes.
Intuitive specialty will apply.
Okay, give me a sec.
Hang on, let me
What are we rolling for?
set it so that.
I want to roll, but I have no points, so there would be no chance of me getting anything.
Yeah, but what do we roll
There
for?
we go.
We are
Perception, empathy.
rolling
what?
perception empathy on Conrad.
Oh.
On Conrad.
Oh.
I'm getting in on that shit.
I mean, he literally choked on his fucking drink.
He did.
So.
I'm still rolling. I don't give a shit.
Okay, look at me. Oh, I didn't fail.
Was it
Wow.
perception empathy?
I didn't fail.
Yep. Perception, empathy. Difficulty 6. If you have Auspex, it is modified by your Auspex level.
I got 4
I
successes.
do
I
have that.
do not have that yet.
Doesn't mean that
Give
it's
me some
modified.
time.
No, you have a nice little mentor who can teach it to you, though.
Well, I have 4 successes anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, he's not hiding the fact that caught him a little off guard.
What does modified?
there's truth.
Calling me dumb, but what does that mean? That it's modified by Auspex.
What is it?
What does it mean that it's
Okay, if you have Auspex,
Yeah.
how many dots in Auspex do you have? 4? Okay. That makes it difficulty 3. Because that's as low as difficulty can go. So yeah, that makes your difficulty on this difficulty 3.
What's up? What's happening?
Nelson, Fucking mute yourself.
Oh, Ruby did something. What happened?
I'm watching TV.
Fucking mute yourself.
Okay, and she just peed right in front of me on the rug.
Nelson, mute
For God's
yourself.
sake.
What the fuck, Rubes?
God.
I'm gonna kill him.
Oh my
Because I can't
God.
fucking mute him.
Yeah,
Nope.
If this were StreamYard, I could mute him, but I can't.
Well, it's an emergency. The dog peed on the
I don't
rug.
care.
The dog peed. It's an emergency.
Were you going to roll perception empathy?
Thought I did. Did I roll somewhere in the wrong place?
Uh,
Or am I just blind? I'm rolling somewhere.
you're rolling in the wrong dice roller.
It's very possible.
2 of you put it in the miscellaneous dice roller.
I did. Yes.
Let me go look at... Okay.
I got 4 successes if I rolled it right.
3 successes because 1's take away.
Okay. Please.
No, but if you count the actual successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah,
but it
so
only
it's-
tells him 4.
No, that last 4 is part of the 4 successes
Yeah.
on... Yeah, it's actually 3 successes subtracting the 1. So yeah, you all get that, he was not prepared for that statement to come out of someone's mouth.
Not prepared for that statement out of a fucking baby vamp's mouth.
He doesn't know she's a baby vamp.
Still.
He doesn't fucking know how old she is. He don't know her.
Still.
She don't know him
Victor was
either.
not,
You want the
Victor was not ready for that statement to come out of his fucking child's mouth.
I mean, literally, Conrad was drinking a fucking glass of blood wine and he choked on it. When she said that.
Valerie looks like she's waiting for him to elaborate.
Okay. Well, this was not what I intended to do with my night, but okay. Story time, I guess. Yes. The gargoyles were a created bloodline. Created by the mentor of my sire. Using 3 other clans.
Okay.
Valerie raises
And
her
it's a
hand.
process that has since been banned. Not that my sire gave a damn about what the Camarilla bans and doesn't ban.
And do most people?
I find the process abhorrent and would never do it myself.
Unless you were told to.
What 3 clans?
Vance has just gone through like 3 cigarettes in 1 minute.
Vicky just raises an eyebrow towards Conrad.
He's enjoying this. He's enjoying this. He's dragging this out.
Oh yeah, this is enjoyable indeed.
Some of us are about to have to
Conrad's
roll
going to,
self-control.
yeah, there's going to be some people that are going to need to roll self-control here in just a second. The Zamitsi, the Gangrel, and the Nosferatu.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
What's the difficulty?
Yeah.
We're gonna set that at difficulty 8.
Fuck. Alright.
How does that make everyone at the table feel? Vance says, with a cigarette in his mouth.
Ely looks like she's getting very fast getting ready for things to kick off.
Considering my character is technically a member of 2 of those clans.
He embraced Gangrel and adopted Nosferatu.
How close
Yeah.
am I to Eli?
To Ely?
Oh, Ely.
Couple of chairs,
Depends on where you
couple of chairs
sat.
away.
Oh shit!
So Nora is frenzying.
Yep, Conrad is going to, shove the fucking prince out onto the veranda.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Victor gripping his fucking chair. Like,
You will need to roll self-control
yeah,
as well.
I've got short fuse.
Oh,
That makes it difficulty 10.
Yeah. What am I rolling?
you're rolling your self-control
Your
rating.
self-control.
Wow. I got 3.
Dominic will also need to roll.
Can I spend a point of willpower to not lose my
You
shit in
can
Elysium?
spend a point of willpower to not lose your shit.
Only Bruja can't spend for willpower, I think.
Only Bruja
Oh,
cannot
right.
spend willpower on
forgot-
a self-control roll.
I forgot that I could do that. Whoops.
It's just
Yeah, you will see Conrad literally.
But have spent willpower, damn it. Okay, can I?
You all three.
I got one
Vamp
success.
is just letting the smoke of the cigarette waft through the air, just basking in
you
the
literally watch
tension.
Conrad grab the fucking prince by the collar of his suit and shove him out onto the fucking veranda.
Can I roll to grapple one of them? Fuck's sake.
Yes. And I'm going to roll for Clarence to grapple Nora.
Question: Is this
That's-
Elysium?
Yeah, she would.
This is
Probably.
Elysium.
She would
That's
probably
Dex roll,
reflexively.
right?
She would probably reflexively spend a blood point for Protean 2. Her claws are coming
Oh,
out.
Oh shit! And he doesn't have fortitude.
That's Dex brawl, right?
Yes, Dex brawl.
Standard there?
Nora might end up killing her man.
No!
If she doesn't have fortitude.
Atlas, roll your brawl.
Roll a brawl.
Yeah, in the normal.
I mean,
Dex
he's
roll.
not the subject of her frenzy, so.
No, but I'm also frenzying.
Nobody's gonna try to hold her back.
That's true. Yes.
Sorry, you said this was.
I'm gonna go ahead and blood buff.
I didn't hear last time because a lot of people were talking over you, Shayna. But this is Elysium, yeah.
Yes, this is Elysium.
And I'm just noting it for later.
Yes, it's Elysium.
That's
Rolling
And 3.
strength and brawl.
No,
I'm guessing.
2 people just lost their shit. Dominic kept it in because he was smart and spent a willpower ahead
Yeah,
of time.
I forgot that I could do that. Whoops.
Atlas.
I need to ask you something on Facebook real fast, Shayna.
What was that?
I'm about to ask you something in game on Facebook real fast.
Okay.
Before the scene continues, can Valerie step in between? Because I'm gonna human shield for.
You do not want to
Get him into
Human shield.
Mitsubishi. Yeah, that's fine.
No,
Do not recommend.
not Victor, but she's gonna be near. I want to say Eli, but it's
Ely.
Ely. Okay, I'll try to remember. I'm really sorry, but between Ely and Victor, but like with her back to Ely and close to her, as if
Yeah.
if Victor gets close to her, she's gonna smack him.
Okay.
She's not doing anything yet,
Okay.
but she's standing guard there because
Yep.
she's not letting him do some stupid shit.
Can people hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I was trying to talk and nobody could hear me. But the pattern is going to do something.
Hang on.
Well,
Atlas.
Oh,
We should
I
do-
can
Atlas,
actually.
you need to roll your dex brawl.
We should do initiative.
Can
because
I?
People keep talking over every time I have to hear
Okay,
what I'm
yes,
rolling.
I'm reading. Okay,
Please.
can you please stop? I'm reading the rules of frenzy right now, and unless you botch, you can control your frenzy.
Okay, so you guys just failed. Not a single one of you botched.
So, which means we don't have to act, but we're really, really fucking angry.
Yeah, thanks. Because I didn't
Yeah,
want to start
you-
attacking.
You can shove the fucking beast back into its cage, but it's
We have to make self-control rolls and get 5 successes to completely overcome it each turn, but we don't have to act. So, which means Nora won't. I'm not going to spend that blood point because she would not if she could control it.
Quick
Same.
note: if you want to control the frenzy for a turn, you have to spend a willpower for every turn that you do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. You just need to spend a willpower.
Okay. Yeah, Conrad is still going to, usher Darian and Katya out of the building. He's like, nope, I'm not letting these two stay. He tells Darian to take Katya home, which he does very quickly.
Nick just like stood up from his chair, just like breathing heavily, his hands like fisted in attempt to just not fucking start going after them.
There we go.
Is there any physical changes to Victor? Like,
If he starts failing, there's gonna be.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so you each have to spend a willpower for every turn you want to rein in the frenzy.
Ely is gonna, as people are doing that, Ely is gonna break off the leg of a chair and just ready and make a steak as much as she can herself. Just gonna stand there with it. Just gonna wait.
Serenity is not getting involved with her clan right now because she just learned something new she did not know about her Tremere people and is extremely pale and sitting there clutching her bag.
If it bothers her, she should also roll self-control.
I'm about to. I'm loading it up.
So yeah, I wanted to roll.
You don't need to roll.
Yes.
They're not frenzying.
No, well, we are frenzying. We're just not.
They are frenzying, but they're controlling
Yep.
it.
We have to get a total of 5 successes on self-control rolls to overcome it.
Okay. It would also piss Arjun off, so we'll roll for him.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh, great.
And I'll spend a
just
willpower
make
for the
those
first one.
Just
make those
straight
rolls and see
self-control.
how many turns it takes.
Thank
Just
God for the willpower.
Yep, that's 1 success with willpower, so you're good.
Just straight self-control?
Yep.
Okay.
You can spend a willpower not to frenzy.
I'm gonna do that.
You are not a Bruja.
I'm gonna spend a
Yeah.
willpower.
I forgot that I could do that, so.
Please keep note of the willpower you guys are spending.
I have been.
That's
Oh, hey. No, never mind. That is not a success.
not a success.
No, because it's difficulty 8 for everyone else. You have short
Oh
fuse.
yeah.
It's made it a +2 difficulty.
fucking do it.
You have to get 10s.
Yeah. This is gonna go great.
You can spend willpower on this too.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the willpower. Because I've got a bunch of them.
I feel like at this point, Alex would probably just light a cigarette. Revel in the chaos.
What?
Oh, Brandon has his fucking feet on the table,
What is?
kicked back and smoking a fucking
Oh,
cigarette.
Jesus Christ.
What is?
I think the Bruja are just like smoking right now. They've just turned this place into a smoke
What is
room. They don't even fucking
the?
care.
What is the? Okay, can I please talk? What is the difficulty to for the self-control rolls to overcome the frenzy?
I do believe it is the same diff as the initial inciting incident, so it will be diff 8.
Fuck. All right.
Or diff 10 for Victor.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck.
And I botched my first one.
Oh no, it's claw time.
Now it's claw
Now
time.
it's claw time.
Does anybody have Animalism 3?
Oh.
No, I
mean,
specifically chose not to take animalism.
no, but I have something that may stop you. I can try, at least for a time. Hoping
Just
your willpower is not too high.
It's 8.
not wanting to talk over people. When Ely sees someone, the first person lose it, she is going to do something, but I'll let ST decide when she does that.
I mean, I have an NPC who has animalism, they're just not here. Actually, she probably would have been, come to think of it. No, never mind. Fuck it. Kieran, would you shut the fuck
Yeah,
up?
wouldn't the gangrel primogen have been here?
Yes, she would have.
Thank you.
She's here.
Thank fuck for that.
Yep. she sees, Nora doing the thing.
Losing her
and fucking
absolute shit.
Kieran, shut the fuck up. And she's gonna grab her by the collar of her fucking
jacket,
and she's going to intimidate the beast back into its cage.
Oh, good.
And I have to what is your current willpower?
7.
Okay. That is... Oh, fuck, I forgot she has a really high intimidation.
Please don't make me fucking fear frenzy. Flip the frenzy on me. That would be great. Fuck.
Oh, where's my fucking equals to? There it is.
Oh, I forgot.
Kieran, stop pressing fucking buttons.
I forgot I had all 5 acute senses. My empathy roll earlier should have been lower, but that's okay. It didn't matter.
Okay, that is 3 successes. I need to keep going because I have to hit your fucking willpower.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna fucking copy and paste. Ow! Don't bite me. It's another 3. Almost there. I just need one more fucking success and the beast will be back in its cage. Ha! There we go. 2 more.
So that's what, 8?
She basically
18
grabs
seconds?
her. Yep. And she's holding her by the fucking collar the whole time, looking her in the eyes.
Well, she probably would have been until the beast is back in its cage, would have been swiping at her. So, but I'm sure she has fortitude, so it doesn't matter.
She does. And Clarence would have grabbed her arms.
Okay. I don't have I have, what is it, strength athletics? I have 5 dice for that, so it's probably not enough.
No. Clarence has
A lot.
With celerity, I think 14 dice.
Oh, there's no way she can overcome that. Nope. Nope. Yeah, we're not rolling. She's just, yep. She's gonna be held there and fucking thrashing around until the beast is back in its cage. And then she's gonna feel really fucking bad because she has a soft-hearted flaw.
Oh.
And don't forget, welcome to a new animal feature.
Yeah.
And
I got
Yes, welcome to a new animal feature.
So that's your discretion on what she gets.
Something cute.
Oh,
Victor, well, just as like the 12 seconds this is going on, you'll see that Ely is just fairly casually just standing with a stake and just smiling and looking at you.
Honestly, if his frenzy is like, then fucking do it.
Does he say that?
He's probably gonna be looking over you, looking at a stake, just like nodding, like
Then
really
we'll
fucking
take-
tense.
Then Ely will stake him.
if.
Ooh, Yeah.
Okay, so staking is dex. Staking is a dex melee at difficulty
Dex melee
9.
difficulty 9.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm in between you guys, and if she actively sees someone attack Victor,
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's gonna go.
that's
That's her frenching.
But yeah,
Brandon is going to look at Ely and tell her to sit down.
Valerie's just if depending on what happens first, because she was just gonna look at some of these clearly elders and be like, so yeah, if no one can stop this, I'm just gonna take him home, yeah, and then he can freak out in our basement.
What is Victor's willpower?
Willpower. I spent 1 point, so it's 6 now.
Okay. The King Girl Primogen will come over and calm you down too, and since you're not going to be fighting, it's not going to be nearly as hard.
The only thing he's fighting is himself right now.
Yeah. Yeah, since I botched that was fantastic. God.
But yeah, Brandon will tell Ely to sit the fuck down. You're not going to stake anyone.
Ely looks just a little bit disappointed.
Wow. And in one round, fucking Highway basically, tells Victor to sit the fuck down and shut up, and he does.
And he does.
It's perfectly
And
calm
he's like,
now.
oh, fuck.
Takes a deep breath, sits down, leans back. I'm good. I'm good.
Highway dumped the shit out of Victor.
Yes, she fucking did. 6 successes in one go. Actually, no, that's 7 successes because there's a 10
Victor
turn.
beats her around. His fuse is fucking short.
Valerie goes to stand beside Victor and just puts a hand on his shoulder.
Brandon is going to look around. Are we all done losing our fucking shit now?
Are we not killing each other? Oh, I'm the.
I thought we were the clan with a short fucking fuse.
Well, I mean, the irony is not lost on me, and it's. Don't get me wrong. This has been fucking quality entertainment for the evening.
It's really not. The fucking bourgeois were the ones who sat down and kept their mouths shut.
Yeah, but well, I mean, I don't keep my mouth shut. Come on, I mean, you give me
Never keep your fucking mouth
exactly.
shut.
You give me too much credit, but
I do give you too much credit.
I mean, I don't really give a shit if you want to kill each other or not, to be honest. Apart from the fact that this is Elysium, kind of a shiny place where you're not supposed to do that, but whatever. Not my farm, as it were. Where is the prince? Where did he go?
Conrad looks over at him. Home. That's where.
Oh fuck! Oh, yeah, of course, figures.
Smart.
Yeah, I mean, you might have killed him.
I might have tried.
You could have tried.
I mean, the real question is, are you going to anyway?
No. Otherwise, I would have just let go.
So Nora is crying. That's
Clarence
what's
is
happening.
just kind of holding her and rubbing her back.
Because she feels like absolute shit for losing her shit in Elysium.
She knew.
His fucking
Huh?
head. Just like,
She knew? No, she's an Ancilla.
Oh no, he literally he says that. He says that
Oh.
verbally. She knew.
No, she's just soft-hearted.
Mr. Vance, may I have one of the tobacco, please?
Oh. Yeah, sure. I've got like 5 packs on me. I came prepared for this.
I may also need another round in the pit later.
Oh damn. Okay.
Conrad just raises his eyebrow.
Victor just mirrors that.
Yeah,
Grant
Ely
just smiled
goes,
innocently.
Ely goes over with the chair leg steak and just gives it to Valerie. Here, just you should probably do it. If next time, then you should probably do it. Since I don't want it. And she just gives it to Valerie, and then she goes over and just looks at Nora.
And Alex actually looks like a proud mama.
Well, I learned some.
Thank you. Valerie looks confused.
If I start changing, put that through my heart, please.
No.
I tried.
It would be for his own good and yours.
Yeah.
Conrad nods. I've had to stake my own brother for his own good.
Not all stakes are made equal.
She looks at it as just like a chair leg. It's like, no shit, Sherlock.
We'll get you a prettier one.
You might want to sharpen it a little bit.
Yeah,
Makes
splinters no
insertion
bits.
easier.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
think we all learned something about each other today.
Pardon me, everyone.
Yes.
We just heard that a clan in the Camarilla has been secretly kidnapping members of 2 other
This
Camarilla
happened
clans.
in the Dark Ages.
As far as.
So all of the gargoyles are from the Dark Ages.
They can embrace now, but I'm not sure how.
So you can promise me that since the creation of this rite, no other gargoyles in the world have been created using this barbaric, monstrous method.
I can guarantee you that no one in my chantry, and he does put it that way, he puts it as my chantry, are committing these atrocities.
That's great. I'm glad that you rise above. But since your chantry is not the only one in the world, you don't know. Why was this ritual even needed?
Grudge soldiers.
There is some background noise coming from someone.
Yeah, who has the background noise?
I think it's Chris.
Yeah, no, it's literally Vance just like smoking on his cigarette, he's just blowing on it like, ooh, did someone turn the temperature up? It just got real hot.
Serenity is so busy being disappointed in her clan right now.
Edie will just kind of shovel over, look at Vance, look at the others, look at Vance. She'll sit down next to her.
Valerie raises her hand.
Yes, Valerie? I doubt I'll be able to answer the question, but
Conrad looks over at him like, are you fucking shitting me right now?
Victor actually chuckles at her raising her hand.
And then he looks to Valerie and just kind of gives her a nod.
So, your sire was the one who created this. Let me see if I got this right.
He was not the one who created it, but he did apprentice under him.
Do you not then feel somewhat responsible for it, and to make sure that others do not do this? What are your plans to stop people?
If you think I haven't agonized over this for 6 fucking centuries, then you'd be wrong.
Good.
I've been dealing with the fallout of my brother.
Oh, this thing. So, that's the gargoyles. Anything else you'd like to share on that? Yeah.
We're just literally just gonna pull Valerie down into his fucking lap and put his strap his arms
I mean,
around her.
well, wait a second. Actually, I have a question to ask about how we're going to deal with the gargoyle. Because now that we know they're basically straight up abuse slaves, why?
Abuse slaves that'll rip you apart in 5 seconds.
Yeah, but why do we want to murder all of them if they're not? I thought we were here to actually talk about Sabat. I'm surprised the first topic of the evening was about non-Sabat who are gargoyles. I have to raise an eyebrow at that, but
Yeah.
I second that.
But I have to. I would. If they're not loyal to, you know who, the one who shall not be named, which I feel like is that.
You can say his name.
Yeah, I know, but I like making cringy references to fictional wizards.
Has the Harry?
Yes.
Are those even a thing yet?
Yeah. They came out in the late 90s.
Yep.
They're not complete yet, but the one who shall not be named
Yeah,
reference exists.
It's like the second book has come
Yeah.
out. Okay, so yeah.
Why not just? I mean, do they even want to be here? I mean, clearly they were being made to fight against their will. Do they even want to continue? They probably just want to fuck off. I bet if we gave them an exit scenario and just say, here's a fucking bumblefuck nowhere town where you won't ever be bothered for the next 3 centuries, they'd probably take it. The only real concern is the masquerade, because, I don't know if they can do the whole invisible thing that the Nosferatu do, and they're giant.
Some of them can.
Yeah. Well, some isn't all, that's kind of the problem.
And they can be taught. They're not stupid.
Well, yeah, we can all be taught, but you know how long it takes for a lot of us to learn this shit.
Indeed.
That's the only real concern. I mean,
until then, they're all walking masquerade breaches.
Yeah, certain Nosferatu in their Camarilla.
Certain Sinishar as well.
Fair. Yeah, they're Sabat. They don't give 2 shits about the masquerade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that true? Because if they didn't, then they'd all be dead already, wouldn't they? And then the rest of us would be dead too.
Fair. They stick to some semblance of a masquerade, I suppose.
Yeah, they're like that spiteful emo kid around the back of the school who smokes, and they're like, "Fuck you," but they don't actually do anything. Rather than they just yell at people impotently. But I mean, it might just be worth negotiating an exit plan with them. Like, say, you know what, you can just leave. We don't actually care about you. Not our farm, not our mess. Like, as far as, we dealt with your slaver, you can go away. I mean, it depends on if you want to kick him out of the domain or keep him in or whatever, or... I mean, I'm sure things can be arranged where, they can get safe passage to another domain that might care. I'm sure something can be worked out. If not, well, I can just firebomb their havens. So there you go. Problem resolves itself either way. I mean, I'm kind of sympathetic to their plight, given, I'm all about the clan. It's all about liberty and all that shit. So... But that's just me. I mean, I'm just saying our options are broader than just straight murdering what are ostensibly just victims of Clan Tremere.
I would be for that, but and he'll look to Conrad. You said they are looking for a master.
I mean, do we know that?
They normally would be. I wouldn't recommend me going in to talk to them.
God, no.
I
They'd kill you.
recommend anyone go in there to talk to them.
I'm sure a person alone.
I would recommend just about anyone but me or
I could go
another
talk to him.
member of my clan.
I could go.
No.
I don't want to. I don't want to send you off into a dangerous situation where you're just going to get murdered. I'm just putting forth the possibility. I think. Yeah, you'd have to kind of deal with them at distance first. Like approach openly, say, "Hey, we're here. There's no horrible, evil Tremere lol here. Uh, can we talk? We want to work something out. We're not here to fuck you over." The problem is it's a Tremere Prince, so they're like, well, you're working for a Tremere Prince, so fuck you. That's kind of the issue. So, if someone wants to claim Praxis, I guess now's your chance. No? Alright, well, I guess we're still fucked.
Valerie raises her hat.
Oh shit, is this real? Is this actually happening? Oh fuck, I did
Oh
not bring
no,
enough
that's
cigarettes for
after
this.
he's done with that thing.
Oh,
He
what?
raises her hand to ask something or say something.
Oh god
No,
damn it,
no, she's not claiming anything.
you got me fucking excited
Oh,
there for a
that's
second. Person I don't know. What's your name? Before you ask your question.
Valerie.
Oh hey Valerie, I'm Vance. I'm Bruja.
Pleasure to meet you, Vance.
Nice to meet you.
Greetings.
I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
That's what I thought.
I'm not funny.
So, what was it you want to
So
ask?
what you need is someone not
We need
directly connected to the prince, then, yes?
we need someone as far removed from the Tremere as possible, and someone who would be seen as sympathetic to the Gargoyles if we wanted
What
to
about
negotiate
you?
with them.
What about you? Wouldn't you fit that bill?
Clarence is going to, look over at Nora. If you are talking to her, you're not coming through.
No, no.
And what
Okay.
exactly
Okay.
what this person have to do?
How about now? Okay, good.
You bet.
Yep, you're coming through
I
now.
can see the green dots. Okay, so Nora was actually trying to volunteer to go talk to them, but nobody was hearing me.
That's a thing that happens, unfortunately.
So yeah, when it was first brought up for people to go talk to them, she was saying that she could do it, especially since she is a representative of the sheriff and a member of one of the clans that was brutalized to make them. She could go and talk to them.
To be fair, if we were to play it smart, I believe there's only one person that would be more than safe to go. And I don't believe that person is present at the moment.
Who?
Well,
As he will side-eye to Brandon.
Brandon looks over at her. Let me guess, you're referring to Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Are the
You realize that I'm... Never mind.
are the gargoyles present? Are they aware of their heritage? Do they know about my clan and Gangrel and the other one being used?
My clan.
Rude.
hey, what's your clan actually, Victor?
Tamichi. Nice to meet you.
Oh.
How are you still alive?
I mean, I was going to ask that question, but thank you. Took the
With a
words
lot-
right out of my mouth.
Conrad actually, Clarence will look at them. He's anti-tribute.
I mean, that still doesn't answer our question.
He was obviously given sanctuary, proven himself. That's the obvious answer to the question as to why he's standing here. Why don't you try not being such a
Gee.
dick?
But is it the honest one?
I like that one. Valerie like whispers too big, so she just looks over at Nora.
I only ask because
Plan is
they're
working.
really, really good at killing their anti-tribute. Like,
And
they're
I'm
really, really good at it.
really good at hiding.
So are the Tremere, but there's still some that exist.
Conrad nods. We all but wiped out ours, and they still keep rearing their ugly heads.
Yes, we're all well aware of what the Tremere are capable of now.
Yes.
Okay.
So glad I'm not playing my Tremere in this scene.
Alright.
Oh, you're so
Careful,
fucking
guys.
lucky.
Remember, Bruges are in the room, and we can only take so much heat before we go off, you know? Oh, spicy.
I'm enjoying this.
Serenity is
So
so
fucking lucky that
Oh.
Conrad has a relatively high threshold for bullshit.
I mean,
He has to be. He's Tremere.
yeah.
Oh no!
Keely just goes over and
You
breaks
See,
off
if
an
this
roll.
were
entire leg.
Castile, if this were Castile, he already would have frenzied. Because he has short fuse.
Stop breaking the legs.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, Conrad is going to fucking look over at her. Stop breaking the fucking chairs.
Oh, I'm
Take
sorry.
that from the same chair.
Yeah,
Like, how-
it's just another chair, but she just. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse
How
me.
is it that, like,
Really, you could have.
literally, I think almost everyone here, apart from the Clan Bruges, has broken Elysium at least once.
Excuse me, I have not.
I said almost.
Dance.
Accounts
No,
for
I have a
breaking
data.
Legion these days. Might as well let my child here know it while we're at the
Alright, well, look, okay, so we have. Let's get back on topic. We have someone willing to go in. I actually think, Nora. Actually, has Nora stated her name?
Nope.
Well,
Okay,
before we go back to my question, are they aware of their
oh, yeah.
heritage?
Yes.
Unlikely.
Okay.
Do they
Actually-
remember? So they don't remember what they were.
They're, as a general rule, an amalgam of separate clans.
Oh, it gets worse.
right it up.
Brilliant.
Nothing left.
It always gets worse.
Have anyone tried talking to them, having an actual conversation?
That's literally what we're debating.
That's what we debate.
No,
But,
no, not debating whether we should go or you should go, but if anyone has ever had a conversation that we know of with them. Or are we sending her to her death?
This particular group, we don't know.
Yeah, they were.
They only ever dealt with my sire.
And he was a red lister, so, you know.
Red Lister?
Oh, yeah, basically, you know, like how the FBI have a most wanted list? That's basically what the red list is, but it's for vampires.
I could.
Oh,
So, yeah, that's, so yeah, this guy was one of the most wanted kindred in the world.
He is one of the 13, was one of the most 13 wanted kindred on the planet.
Yeah, from what I hear, he met his end when a Giovanni turned his soul into an ashtray or something.
Actually, his soul remains attached to a wedding band.
Oh yeah, that's what one of my clan was going to be traded for until he died. Yeah, I remember that. Anyway, so many scandals.
It's
So okay, I don't know your name. Person who called me a dick. Points at Nora. Oh, you're muted.
Nora Turner.
She's one of my hounds.
And Scylla of the Gangrel.
I suppose as long as they don't know you're a hound, it'll be fine.
I have an idea.
I don't think that they understand. They're not going to care. If they're not aware of what they are and how they became, they're not going to. It's not going to matter.
Yeah, depends on whether it gets explained to them. But
And who would be stupid enough to do that? She kind of looks to Conrad when she says that.
I mean, wait a second. Wait a
He
second.
holds up his hands.
Are we
I'm
saying we should
tired.
conceal the crimes
Eddie.
committed against them because it would be politically advantageous for us to do so?
I could. Well, I also have an idea. I could talk to Masaya. She is a prince in her city, after all. Ask her if she would welcome at least some of them. It would give them a safe haven.
I think the
Yeah.
problem is establishing if they're mentally there or not.
That's the whole point of this, is to see if they are mentally able to sustain themselves. If they're not, then they're a threat.
Are you
Because
planning on
if the
going alone?
because if the Sabbat get a hold of them, then we're even.
Clarence looks over at her. Damn. No. No, I would not let her go alone.
I'll go with her.
Of course you would. Serenity is muttering.
That was the sheriff, by the way.
Valerie like gives a single nod and just continues smiling.
If the Sabbat get a hold of them, then it's not. Then we are in even. It's not a good situation at all. So we have to find out if they're capable of living on their own.
If I may ask, what exactly are you planning on asking them?
But I don't know yet.
Which is why I was opening the option of talking to Masaya, saying that if they do want to leave, they have a safe haven.
She nods.
Let's determine first if they can even be reasoned with.
Yeah, I would. How many are there? How many? Do we know how many there are? That's actually
A
important.
couple dozen.
Couple. What the fuck?
Roughly 24.
That is a
Holy
lot of
sh-
gargoyles.
Okay, that's more than I thought. I thought there was like fucking 6. 24? That's like how many kindred even in the city?
It would
About
let
that
their
many.
lives to do that.
Oh my
That-
god. Okay.
Nora rubs her face and looks to Clarence.
Okay. No, this can still work. This can still work. No way any domain will accept 24.
No, we'd have to break
I
them
mean,
up.
we'd be lucky to even get one accepted into a camera domain. Let's be honest, they're not a clan.
Well,
Right.
my size, like me, is not Camarilla.
Yeah, is she gonna accept 24? I mean, would the Tremere be okay with 24 gargoyles entering the hands of Aravnos? Good
Probably.
question, I think.
Maybe spreading them out.
I doubt she
Good
will.
idea.
Conrad just holds up his hands. Nope, not touching that.
Yeah, so
I don't think we should send 24 together any place.
I very much doubt she will accept 24 of them.
okay, I was gonna say we should probably enter with about even their number because then we appeared strong enough for them not to immediately prey on us while also not being so strong that we would murder them all. But with 24, I don't even think that's even remotely close to an option.
It would also be considered an aggressive action, too.
Yes.
Brandon kind of looks around. I think there are a few of us who could go in
I could make myself
with a
look like
reasonable show of
but-
force.
I could make myself look like one if I truly had to, but I don't know if that would help anything.
How do they feel? And he'll look to Conrad. Do you know how they would feel towards their, latest master?
If anything, they would have hated him as much as the rest of us did.
Well,
wasn't kind in any way,
well,
ever.
I guess if I tell them that I got rid of him, It would help.
Or it could backfire.
It
Yeah, I'll
doesn't.
take the risk.
Trying to talk to them is a risk, no matter what.
I mean, unless one of you guys want to ward the building and just try to talk from right outside the entrance.
I mean,
If we are to talk to them, warding the building would be very counterproductive. Don't you think?
Not exactly. Like she said, we could talk from outside. There is.
Ward, and then we can't go in and they can't exit.
Yes,
Until
we
both
imprison
clear
them
up.
and then we offer them freedom.
I'm trying to find a solution how to fix the fuck ups of the past here.
No, we can't do that.
There's no way to fix what's been
We
done.
can't fix it. And honestly,
We can't go back and change what's happened.
You
And
can't
how
be
do we
putting them
even
in a box
know?
and then hoping they'll talk to you.
how do we even know that they live a pleasant existence? It might just be better to put them out of their misery.
I think that's why we want to talk to them. I'd certainly like to.
Well, then, I mean, I've already volunteered to do that, but
yeah, I think
there's 24 of them.
I say we just I say I don't know. We who have volunteered, I'll volunteer as well. We'll just stroll up to the place, see if they're mentally stable. If they're not, we get the fuck out and then just fly on the havens. If they are, then we can work something out. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I have the capacity to do that.
Can we just send them a message?
I would be concerned about mob mentality. With the amount they are. Whether we go in a lot or a few, it's still gonna be something you need to think about.
It's gonna be dangerous no matter what.
Yeah.
If one of them turns, if it's I don't know their society, but if it's a big enough voice in their group, that means they're all gonna turn. That's usually how it goes with such things.
I have a suggestion. Why don't we just get a burner phone, put it in a shot case, throw it through a window, call the phone, and talk
I mean,
to that.
that's legit. We could actually do that. That's pretty fucking.
Assuming
that's
we know how to operate one.
Yes.
I mean, they're not retarded.
They're not dumb.
That's true. They're like.
They are intelligent.
Yeah, they're sapient. I think we can.
But have
assume
they
that.
been taught how to use a phone?
Knowing Marcus, probably not. He was a technophobe.
I mean, they were still people, right? Like, how much of their memories will be erased? Are they literally reduced to childlike status? No offense, Ely.
None taken.
They make stupid phones for old people with really large buttons that says answer, end, and some numbers. It's not complicated.
Yeah, I can do this. This ain't an issue for me. I think pretty much
But
all
aren't
of
we
us can
gonna-
actually do this.
Speaking of childhood,
I have to go,
Capacity.
so Nora's just going to leave.
And Clarence will go with her because he's not leaving her alone right now. Especially because she has a fucking raccoon tail.
Nah! That's fantastic. She hasn't noticed that yet, but
That's
but yeah, since I have to go,
No,
she's
but,
gonna shake her
Bye,
head
Rocket.
and she's gonna say,
Clarence is about to point it out.
"Let me know when you make a decision. I gotta go."
Yeah.
He kind of picks up the tail and hey.
She looks back. Fuck. All right. Yes, I'm definitely going home now.
Clarence will stand up and wrap his arm around her. Go
She
on.
just shakes her head like, "Fuck." God damn
Is
it.
that normal?
She's a gangrel.
It is for her clan.
Yeah,
a
basically, kind of like, okay, so kind of like how my clan always loses their shit. Pardon?
What is your clan?
Bruges already said.
Oh.
When that clan, Nora's clan, Clan Gangrel, lose their shit, they get like a sort of animal trait thing. Like they might grow a tail, they might start taking random naps throughout the night, like a cat. Or they might just be like really hyper aggressive, like a wolverine, and insist on having their claws out all the time. They become more feral, basically, but it doesn't last. From what I've seen, like it passes, it comes and goes.
It'll pass.
Yeah, it's funny though.
Yep, Clarence and Nora will head out.
So, I'm not going to say anything about the sheriff, but maybe we should talk about the other point.
Oh
There
yeah,
are
the
bad people that if they get in contact with these gargoyles, it's going to get, well, into a giant problem.
yeah. Who wants to murderfuck some Sabat?
Valerie
I
raises
do.
her hand.
I'll
As
your plan advance. Arjun for like raises a hand. A whole bunch of them. Why not? That's
who
always fun.
doesn't want to kill a bunch of Sabat?
I mean,
Well, I'm here
The
then.
Sabat? Yeah, Arjun
well,
looks at her
let's
and
see.
goes, well,
You
the
got your
Sabat.
garden. You got your garden. Well, I mean, here's the thing: we can all raise our hand and say we want to kill Sabat, but when it actually comes down to it, and they got claws running down our fucking torsos, I think a lot of us would actually fucking bolt. But that's neither here nor there.
Been there, done
Conrad
that.
kind of chuckles at that.
So okay. How many? I know we did like brief reconnaissance, like way fucking back. I wasn't there for it because I was dealing with other shit, frankly.
Conrad looks over at him. The Nosferatu did some reconnaissance as well, using bats and rats.
Okay. How many? How many we talking? I know because they were like by that one lake, and they were out. They were like They were in a different town. They weren't in a proper city. They were in a town just outside of the main on the coast, weren't they?
Well, that's another matter entirely. But the group of them in Lake Nona.
Yeah.
Down near the airport.
Mhm.
As far as we know, we're not sure how accurate said reconnaissance was, but the numbers were estimated at 100 or more.
100? What the fuck?
Apparently, while we were busy dealing with the Red Lister, they were using their lovely little shovel heading
For shovelheads, we don't have to care.
to bolster their numbers.
Well, there might be a lot of them that, as Van said, if they're shuffle,
Brandon shrugs.
Well,
if
we
they're
have-
shovel
I could
heads.
take out about a half dozen of them in one hit. I'm not too concerned about shovelheads.
Okay, yeah, it's just a case of like, crowd control.
And I can handle that.
I mean, it's still like fucking 50 shovelheads. Like, yeah, you can take out a lot in one hit, but 50 kindred. I mean, remember the Anarch Revolt? Elders thought they were invincible, and then turns out most of them died. Like, we don't want to underestimate the power of numbers. No offense to you. I bet you can take out 6 in one hit. I just don't think we should rely on that alone.
Of course not.
So wait, we got around 100. There's probably about at least a couple dozen true packs, probably more. Well, a couple dozen that are part of True Sabat. How do we know where they're actually sleeping? I assume in the lake. Seems like the smartest strategy.
Apparently they've dug caverns under the lake to sleep in.
Oh, that's not smart.
Caverns are very
No, it's
susceptible
not.
to cave-ins if, something were to...
That's what I was gonna say. We can just blow the shit out of it and have it collapse in on themselves, and then they're gonna have to dig through it. They're gonna have to go through their own little shovel heading ritual. Oh, that's so cute. They'll be
You
out
have
of
a
it
weird
for.
definition of cute.
I mean, I'm being a Seabrook. I've been a Seabrook through most of this meeting. Where have you been? So, okay, they've got. Do we know what they're actually trying to do? They've dug some caverns for themselves, but what are they doing? Where are they going? Who are they feeding off of, etc.?
They've increased their numbers, so I guess we can assume a few things.
I mean, we have access to police, right? Conrad, you said your guy was a police chief?
Yes, we
Okay,
do.
yeah, missing people cases.
My guess would probably be homeless people, vagrants, people no one's gonna
Yeah, if you're
miss.
not picking up reports, then it is probably from the homeless crowd, but the Nosferatu would probably know about them. They tend to keep contacts with the street level folk. Actually, I can run some. I can contact some of my own people. They probably know something. We can find out where they're taking people from, or give us a rough location of, or a rough idea of where they're going to do what they're doing. It'll allow us to pick them off other benefits of numbers. Can start penning them in, stopping them from accessing their regular feeding zones. With 100 Sabat being unable to feed, they'll turn on each other. That's the problem with shovel heading so many kindred. You better use them right fast, or they'll kill you. So,
How come Ely just looks at Vance, goes close to him, and goes, "How come you're so laid back and don't want to do and deal with anything, and don't deal with any shit, but you're probably the one with the most initiative? Isn't that
I
kind of
don't
weird?"
know. What can I say? Perhaps I'm just the brightest person in the room. Wink.
No, that position's taken.
Brandon just kind of claps him on the
I
shoulder.
don't think that's the
Smile.
case.
Biggest shithead, maybe.
You seem to use a lot of words to say very little.
What can I say? It's just my way of doing things. You could say I'm a Camarilla kindred. Smiles.
Bullshit.
Excuse. But for real, so we know where they're held out, which means we can literally go down during the day and cave in their shit. The only thing we really need to find out is who they got guarding it. I presume they've got some form of mortal security. So once we know what that is, we can just go to their caverns and cave in. It won't deal with all of them, but it'll deal with most of them. Then I say, yeah, we try and find out where they're feeding out of, because it's probably not the main city, because we'd know about it if they were.
No, my guess is they're dealing around the outskirts of the city.
Yeah, probably southeast side. Because I mean, again, if it was southwest side, I know the Tremere and the port officials are kind of holed up there, so you guys would probably know about it if it was there. So I can only presume it's pretty close to Lake Nona. There's like a town like just to the east of it, isn't there? Yeah, they're probably going there. So that'll probably be the first place to check out. And if we can start stopping them from just kidnapping people from there and feeding there regularly by literally going down there and picking them off, making their point, then I'll either force them to act directly against us, in which case we can bait them into a trap, or they'll starve out and they'll kill each other because they'll be starving. And they're not exactly controlled beings, the Sabat, or definitely not shovelheads, but
Valerie
Sabat in
makes
general.
sad.
Yep.
That poses a danger to the human population, though.
I mean, the Sabat are a danger to the human population.
Well,
There they are.
yes, but imagine if they're friendsing.
Yeah, they'll be.
Hey,
Yeah, they'll largely be friending on each other though, because
Valerie had a
we'll be there.
question.
First Valerie, then you, Ely, and he kind of points to you both
No,
when you argue.
you were just talking over her, so I thought she had her hand raised. I'm a fan.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Valerie.
Yes, well, what I wanted to say was yes, the Sabbat are very dangerous, and the plans you have suggested thus far seem rather time consuming. By giving them a chance to prepare a counterattack, you are putting innocent lives on the line. The Sabbat are ruthless idiots, and they should be destroyed instantly, swiftly, and mercilessly.
Brandon is gonna look over at her. Have you ever actually fought Sabat less? You seem awful young.
That was going to be my question too.
Yes, I have. Not 100, that much I'll say.
Because I certainly have. Sometimes you have to play the long game.
How many lives are you prepared to sacrifice then?
And how many are you willing to sacrifice going in half-cocked?
Well,
I'm not saying we go in just guns a-blazing, but I'm saying that we need an actual plan that will take them out and not let them have time to create more and take more innocent lives. By spending days, weeks, months planning, looking through police reports to find out who's missing and who they took that are missing then. If they have already spent all this time and they are now 100, they will not stop. They have made 100 for a reason.
I'm inclined to agree with Valerie.
yeah, no, Valerie makes a good point.
We both
Well-
our time dealing with a red lister. May I speak, Vance, for a second?
Yeah, no, I'm letting you speak.
Thank you. So we're dealing with a red lister, and while we did that, they multiplied by a lot. What if something else comes up and we deem it to be a priority again, and they multiply even more? We cannot afford to do that. We have to act, and we have to act fast and efficiently.
If,
They
well, that's
made
what I'm
100
saying.
for a reason. What reason is that?
Well, that's literally what I'm.
1,000 real quick when shit hits the fan.
1,000. No, if there's 1,000, you can expect a Justicar, the whole shit ton of Archons to show up and destroy everyone in this domain, including us.
I'm quite aware.
Exactly.
No, if there's 1,000 here,
If it
this
gets
probably
that
Leopold
bad.
would show up.
Wait, we know where they're basically sleeping, right? Based on the
Yeah.
old information?
We kind of know where about, maybe. Where some of them, maybe 100, maybe 105, maybe 70. Problem is, we don't know. We don't know shit.
Why don't we just send our ghouls in to investigate during the day when they'd be asleep?
Pretty much.
Probably they have their own safety though.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, my ghoul can take care of herself.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, here's the thing. It's war. Lives are gonna be at risk regardless. If you're not prepared to risk lives in war in a commanding position, don't involve yourself in this discussion. Because that is the nature of war, straight up. That is just a grim reality. I'm sorry to break it to people, but that is real.
Valerie raises her hand again.
Some of us in this room participated in the taking of the city to begin with.
Yeah, myself included.
Serenity's gonna motion at Valerie, who's raising her hand.
Didn't you say you had the, I don't actually remember who it was who said they had, but the police officer as a ghoul could, if we say the Sabbat, let's just weave a story here. They're people who have killed or targeted other people. Therefore, police investigation. Oh, and they find all these people and see proof that they murdered all these people. And so they got into a shootout and, oops, they all died. Whoop! Case solved.
Yes, and then we risk every single member of the police force falling to the Sabbat.
Oh, it's less that more than it would be a giant masquerade breach. It's not. It's.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Masquerade is a thing that needs to be upheld. Unless you want hunters coming down on our heads and another Inquisition.
Okay.
I honestly don't understand what's so complicated about it. We send someone to investigate, see if they really have these caves. Send someone during the day, put explosives, cave them in. Problem solved.
Yeah. I
Simple
mean
enough.
that's pretty much my strat. And then after that, clean up the town east of Lake Nona, pick off any stragglers. Job done. That's the overall stratagem I think which we should work with.
We have to investigate the entire area. We don't know how many tunnels lead in and out.
That's true. We do want to get a. They'll have a lot. They'll probably have a lot of different entrances and exits.
Isn't
So
that what your clan has been doing, sir?
that's also true.
I was referring to Dominic.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yes.
I'm saying,
No.
I'm backing you up.
Oh yeah, I wasn't talking to you, so everyone knows that I'm replying.
It's a long and arduous process. And besides, we have another problem.
Oh,
More problems.
Yeah, well,
Trinity is groaning.
I personally got word through little birds that the police are in possession of what I believe is a Zamisi experiment.
what?
Yeah, they found a man who they believe to be a victim of a surgery, but there's no evidence of stitching.
Oh dear.
This thing that was once a human made two of the coroner's assistants vomit. It was so gruesome.
Oh god.
Okay, out of character for a second. ST has no idea what you're talking about.
It's Saskia's thing.
Okay.
This is my way of introducing it to get people involved. You want me to pass you the notes that Saskia sent me?
Yes, please.
Copy pasta coming your way.
Well, while he does that, Serenity is going to be muttering this at her spot between Vance and everyone. Can we not just have a day where it's calm?
Apparently not around here, no.
Send it to you on Discord.
Well, if we have the police chief under Conrad, maybe this can go away. I don't see a problem.
I can see what I can do.
You can try. Let's just hope no higher branches of
At
law
least-
enforcement get involved.
Well, the masquerade breach can go away. After that, we can investigate.
Valerie raises a hand.
You can just ask the questions.
You can just speak, you know. We're not in school.
Oh, I just prefer not to interrupt.
He nods. He appreciates this.
So, supposedly there's 100 Sabat members, but most of them are just, well, fodder. So, do we know of any people of importance? Since we now know that at least there's one somewhat competent Tamish.
As far as we know, we took out almost all of their leadership in the initial taking of the city. Doesn't necessarily mean they didn't call in backup.
Yeah, do we do we know the identities of the packs that remain in the city?
I'll talk to Nosferatu Primogen, see what he knows.
Shouldn't the Primogen be attending this
I'm
meeting?
here on his behalf.
Oh, there you go.
Then maybe you have some answers for us?
We don't know yet.
Okay. Well, there we go. Our question's been answered. That's fine though. Yeah, I think if nothing else, the caving in the tunnel strat will at least rile them and force them to act, and it'll probably kill a good number of their shovelheads. It will flush them out at least, and I think that's what we need to do. We need to get them out of their entrenched position. I would want to funnel them
Depending
east.
on how new they are, they might even know. They might not even know.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna tap out. I'll see you
Okay.
guys later.
Alright.
Good night.
Good night.
Can people hear me?
Hi, night.
Yes, you're
Yep.
very low.
You're really, really quiet,
Yeah.
Atlas.
Fucking damn it, that explains why nobody's fucking answering when I was saying shit. That's fucking annoying. Is that better?
Yeah, you're a bit better now.
I can definitely hear you better
Alright.
now.
For some reason, many camera turned down for my fucking mic. Alright, I will say this. I haven't said a lot, I'm aware. I'm not a man of many words. I do have a sire out there somewhere in the Sabbat.
You're saying you want to kill them yourself, or you're saying you want to try and redeem them?
Oh, they're way beyond redemption before even I came around.
So option A then.
I want them gone. I don't care who does it. I'm just saying. I've been in the city for 5 years. I've managed to hide under the Sabbat, going under their radar. I don't know where he is in the world. For all I know, he could be in this city.
Conrad looks over at him. Get me a name. His real name. And I'll find him.
Last I knew of his name, it was Gormthalion. And he's
He nods.
very old.
You say you've been in the city for 5 years?
Yes.
What do you know about those that remain here? Because you would probably know more than any of us.
Did you not just hear him? Out of sight, out of mind.
Still among the Sabbat?
I haven't been a Sabbat member for many years.
Oh, so you were hiding in the city but weren't actually a member of the Sabbat. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I've gotten very
Valerie
good at
looks
hiding.
really pissed off. She's like crossing her arms and leaning into Victor.
Yeah.
Looking around the room.
Brandon just has his eyebrow raised. You've got a bit of an attitude, don't you?
She like
One of
me.
us.
Yes, but your attitude, Vance, is sassy over other
No,
people.
Shouldn't be so quick to compare us.
she's got a bit of an attitude. You're saying you've got a bit of an attitude would be a huge understatement. They'll smile.
Mr. Arjun, you might want to be careful. Last I heard, Mr. Vance did have dump trucks all over the city.
Oh yeah, you
I'm
gotta
not
be careful.
insulting him. I'm not
I know.
insulting him.
It's
I
cool,
like him.
dude. Yeah, I know. We're messing around. It's all good. But okay, seriously. To summarize, we're gonna send some daytime investigators, gather up as much information on their cavern network as we can. Then when we've got those entrances, when we know the general location of each entrance, probably not all of them, we'll cave them in.
Valerie raises her hand.
This is Victor
Yeah.
smirk a little bit every time you do it.
Like, I'm not your fucking teacher. Just go ahead. Yes, you may. You may
I'm
answer
not.
the non-existent question.
Oh, I wasn't going to answer any question, and it wasn't your permission I was waiting for.
I know.
Conrad gives her a little nod.
And she gives him a nod back. I may not be Ancilla?
Ancilla.
I may not be incredibly powerful like the rest of you. And I may not have learned as much. But I know some about this bat. And I'd like to be there when this happens. I'd really,
Indeed.
really like to be there.
I
Indeed.
don't think anyone would stop you, dear.
No one's going to stop you.
You know, if you
Even if
want, I can take you down to that town where they're probably kidnapping people. Can probably go on a hunt, kill a few, take on a pack or two. It'd be fun. It'd be a bonding experience.
Bonding
What,
experience.
just me and you?
I mean, if you want to make it a date, sure. I think Serenity would be jealous.
Don't flatter yourself.
So Serenity rolls her eyes and she goes, I only work with you, Mr. Vance. I don't go to bed with anyone.
And what would Roxy think?
Oh god, I wouldn't want to see the look on Roxy's face. But in any case, look, I think that at least what I'm thinking is that we cave in their tunnel system and we try to drive the ones that survive eastward into the town. We don't want them entering the inner city because then they can scatter and fucking hide. Because once we cut down their numbers, they're going to be harder to track. They're easier to track now because there's a lot of them. Like, it's easy to track a fuck ton. Like, it's easy to track a spike in missing people's cases or murders or all these homeless people that we used to know on the street not showing up again. Particularly for us involved in the communities. Once there's only a few of them left, they can hunker down.
Here's
So
the thing.
They can do a disappearing number. I should know.
If we find out all the entrances that they're using, we can leave only one, divert them there, so they have only one exit.
Bottleneck.
So we'll lead them where we need them.
Yep, that might actually be wise. If we can locate all the entrances and exits, it depends on how extensive their network is, but that's something our experts in the Warrens would know more about than me.
I can help with that as well.
Alex will nod at her.
And I can send Madison with you, Vance, if you need her to shoot anything. She's quite good with a scope and a rifle.
I'm sure she is. I mean, I'd appreciate the help, but I don't want to unnecessarily put someone's life at risk. Depends on the situation, I suppose.
I might be interested in going myself.
Yeah, same here.
Not to stoop to the Sabat's level, but I will put out. I'm quite proficient in our clan playtime, let's say, for lack of a better word. If we
The thing
do
that
need,
Zinthas and Beatsy do best.
yes, if we do need an element of surprise, sending something that looks like it comes from inside in against them could be quite the chaos maker.
What are you?
Make a panic.
What are you suggesting?
I think he's suggesting going undercover.
Oh no, I'm not going. No.
He's suggesting of making things to send in of other out of other people. Serenity is also looking completely disgusted as she says this.
Isn't
I
that
wanted it put out there it was an option. I didn't say I wanted to.
I mean that.
That
War requires sacrifices. You said so yourself.
Yeah, killing people's a little bit different than literally turning them into into that.
Well, they don't have any minds left of themselves, so it'd be essentially like killing them.
I mean that makes it that you realize that makes it worse, not better, right? Like you're literally mentally torturing them to the point of I can't even what would even the word for this be? Like brain death?
I suppose.
I mean,
essentially doing that's no better than creating gargoyles.
Yes. Except, of course, it's usually made of humans instead, but I'm aware. I wanted to put out there. That's my expertise. That's what I can do. If you have ghouls you want buffed for this, I can also buff them without causing them their faculties.
Maybe that's more helpful than, the other thing.
Yes. I wanted you to know the extreme I'm willing to go through to get the fucking Sabat
I
down.
mean, knowing you're willing to go the whole hog, even if it's on other people, is good to know. And I'm gonna leave it at. I mean, I can at least respect the conviction, if nothing else.
Changing the subject and going back to the hunt you were speaking of earlier, that I wanted to end that discussion with, was that I think that may lead them to as much as I would really, really like to go on a Sabbat hunt. I fear it may just warn them that we know they're there, or that we at least have a hint of them being there, and that we are coming for them, and they may have time to plan.
Do you imagine that they're hiding their existence there?
Not necessarily, but
Well,
if
they've
they know
made
we
quite
are
clear
hitting
that
them, they will want to hit back twice as hard.
they're well aware that we know of their presence.
I mean, if they want to hit us back, that's fine, because they're gonna do that anyway, right?
There's a
I don't-
reason why they're increasing their numbers. They want to
Yeah.
take the city back.
I think the opportunity to tie this up into a neat little bow and take them all down in one fell swoop kind of left us when we got preoccupied with a red lister. Doesn't mean we can't take a lot of them out in one go, but I don't think we'd be able to get all of them. I think that would be a bit optimistic. I think the hunt I was referencing was after we've blown up the caverns, because they are not going to be able to stay there anymore. And they'll probably head to the place where they're most familiar, which will be that town right next to them. Because that's where the most immediate food source is, and probably where they've got some backup havens sorted out. Because we're all intelligent people here. We've all got secondary havens, right? Because if one gets knocked down, we have another. Because we don't want to burn them in the sunlight. They probably have theirs there. And if they do end up going into the city, well, we should probably have a few people on the west side.
I think we should have people
yeah.
in both directions, making sure they don't slip through the cracks.
Yeah, we want to funnel them. God, what was the name of that fucking town? I keep calling it the town.
I have to go, everyone. I'll see you guys later.
See you guys later.
That's it.
There.
Vance looks this up on his smartphone. That doesn't exist.
I was gonna say you don't have a
You
smartphone.
don't
It
have.
don't exist yet.
Yeah, you can look at your Ericsson brick if you want, or your Nokia, the unbreakable Nokia.
Play Snake. I hope so
That's a weapon. That's a weapon. The Nokia.
Legit.
I just call it the brick.
The brick.
Also known as the gateway to Spat Resources 5, but that's maybe not there. Yeah, they're probably going to be heading to Water's Edge. Oh my god! Now that I actually think about this, they probably make a beeline to that domain. We probably would only have a few days once we shut down those havens to actually chase them all out before they head back to where was it? What was the other domain? Was it Cocoa?
Yeah, Cocoa Beach.
Yeah, that's that's gonna be difficult though.
Finding the domain would be prudent, I think.
Yeah.
Hard, but it would. There's a bigger chance of the big one staying there than anywhere else.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And if we can. The thing is, the other strategy we could do, other than this, other than flushing them out of their caverns and then pushing them to Water's Edge, and killing them there. The other strat would be a bit more time-consuming, bit slower, but would probably result in less kindred casualties if we identify each pack that remains. Kill the packs off individually, then deal with the shovelheads. Because once the shovelheads are leaderless, I mean, they would have probably killed most of each other by the time we get to them. If we can identify the packs, separate them from their shovelheads, and kill them individually.
How do you plan on doing that?
Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's why I'm saying we need to identify them first. If we can identify them, then we'll be able to track them and catch them out. We'll have to take them. We'll have to take each pack on as a group, probably. I mean, I'm just about love they love team play, as I'm sure you're aware. But they probably won't have their shovel heads with them at all times, just because there would be too many of them. They might have a few, but I mean, if there's just a few shovel heads, they're not really a threat.
Excuse me, I'm new here. I ask again, and how do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on identifying them?
I mean, that would probably come down to the. I mean, I'm leaning pretty hard into the stereotype here, so I do apologise to all Nosferatu present, because yes, you are present.
I've got invisible, but you're present.
Yeah, let's be honest with ourselves here.
There's always at least one in every room.
That's how you know. That's how you know there's a Nosferatu in the room. You can't see one.
The Nosferatu and the Malkavians would probably be the most adept at dealing with that, and anyone with the necessary contacts in and around Water's Edge, Lavinia, etc. I know some people there. I can look into what's going on, because it depends on somewhat whether they're new. I may be able to identify some of them. As a unit, we should be able to identify all of them. After all, the Nosferatu specialize in this. The Malkavians oftentimes just know, and I don't ask questions.
That earns a chuckle out of Brannon.
Get a straight answer. Don't ask.
Yeah, I'd be relying somewhat on the information gathering capacities of the Nosferatu and the Malkavians. And obviously the sheriff and his hounds would be investigating, and the domain as a collective would be using their respective mortal contacts to identify anomalies, abnormal people, strange unnatural figures. Because let's face it, it's about like to stand out. They don't really care about the masquerade in the same way we do, and that can be weaponized against them. The smarter
Valerie
ones know
raises
that's
her
very
hand.
important.
And
Yep.
she's not forget that.
Arthur just holds the bridge of his nose like, God fucking damn it.
Arctis goes, yep, anyway.
I'm not entirely sure who's left of the NPCs, but
All of the NPCs on the screen right now are still here.
okay, good.
The Ventru has been utterly silent. He is sitting back with his arms crossed and has not spoken a word. It looks like he's just taking all of this in.
But yeah, she looks to them as she just raises her hand and then continues.
Castiel just... Conrad, not Castiel, god damn it.
That'd be cute though.
They don't even look alike. Conrad will just look to her and nod. Go ahead.
How long would you estimate this would take? They know you know where they are. You already suspect them leaving soon. How long would it take to gather all this information and then make a plan to hit them?
Even more analytical than I am, Jesus.
Brandon kind of looks at her.
She looks like she's clearly interested and not necessarily trying to offend.
Let me talk to a friend, and I'll have her look into it. She's pretty good at astral projection, and she can obfuscate. Either way, we could probably have answers by morning. On just how many we've got. On how many entrances there are.
How many Camarilla?
He nods.
Kindred, do you have that could potentially assist in this matter? If they are 100 Sabat members, well, I have seen none of you in battle, and well, I would lie if I said that I didn't want to, because I believe that might be interesting. But I'm getting off topic. 100.
You could let
punch.
Shovel heads.
A good chunk of those are shovelheads. They won't be difficult to deal with a couple of us elders running crowd control.
But we don't know what or who else may lurk in the shadows.
I see what you did there. That was deliberate, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I can't laugh.
Thank you.
I was gonna mention this. There's more than Mia and Simichi in the Sabat. They like playing around in the darkness, some of them.
And some of them are very good at it.
Yes. Some of them.
Oh yeah, he kind of looks over at Valerie, because Brandon notices things. He notices, the deeper shadows of a La Sombra. He's been around long enough to, peg exactly what she is.
Huh. She seems to almost bash in the attention.
I believe your clan is particularly good at that, lass.
Some better than others.
Well, that's why her comment was funny. By the way, this might have been rude.
How
We
about
could
the
just press the
Lessobra
kiss
that
into
you
Valerie's
have?
hair.
How about the one that you have holed up in here?
Huh?
What was that?
You know, there was a La Sombra that was holed up in here for a few months that I believe we were planning on using as bait. What about this guy? What happened to him?
Oh, the lawyer?
Have you met him?
No, I've only heard of him. I tried to reach him, but I'm not entirely sure what became of him. But if he is here, I would very much like to talk to him.
Well, last I knew, he was staying here at the hotel. Haven't been around for some time, so I don't know.
Conrad lifts his hands. I don't deal with the hotel. Not my thing. Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Isn't there someone supposed to watch this guy? What if he runs back? Do we trust him?
I
I
mean,
mean, I wish him luck getting out of a warded room, but
I see. Oh, there's your answer.
Who's got like drums going in the background?
It's a drum.
seriously, someone's got a lot of background
It
noise
sounds like
going.
a fucking piston or something.
But yeah, Brandon looks over at her. I'll see what Eve can do about dealing with estimates on numbers. If anyone can get in there unnoticed, it's her.
What would she want in exchange?
She tends not to play the boon game, lad.
So she would.
If she's astral projecting, she doesn't need to worry too much.
She would align for Camarilla? He actually raises an eyebrow because he's quite interested in this.
She's no fan of the Sabbat either.
Lesser of two evils?
Lesser of two evils.
Fair enough. I can dig it. Alright. Well. Okay.
I'll talk to her about it.
Yeah. But,
As long as I'm there to protect her body.
So, is this our plan then?
yeah, actually, no, we should decide because we brought two plans were put forward and we need to decide which one we're going for. So let's just decide now because I think we've discussed it. Let's be honest, we discussed it long enough. I think we've all had a say. Do we go with picking off the packs individually and taking out the shovelheads last, or do we cave in their cavern network and then take out the rest of the Sabbat in Water's Edge?
I like taking them out in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I think it's foolish to
Fuck this
make a
picking them
decision
off.
before we know the facts, but we should not spend too much time gathering them either.
I mean, it's kind of a
astral project to know more.
yeah. We've already covered gathering information from both angles of the plan, so I think we're fine on there.
Yes, but if we take a decision now without knowing that information, then we might as well not do it at all.
Then why the fuck are we here having this meeting then? If we're not going to make a decision, if we're not here to actually make a plan, why are we here considering that's the entire fucking premise?
Conrad looks at him. I think we need to take them out in one blow.
I agree.
Blow up their caverns. Close off every exit but one.
Kill every straggler.
Smoke them out.
Okay, we got a plan.
And I can really smoke them out. if needed.
I don't doubt that for a second.
Alright.
It's a joke.
Alright, Conrad, it looks like we got our plan. You can go tell the prince, the sheriff, and Nosferatu. What's his name? Dominic? Yeah,
Dominic.
I guess you can tell him as well, because Nosferatu are going to want to know, and he wasn't around. Actually, that's probably a lie. He probably left, obfuscated, and came back, because that would be what I would do. But,
Probably.
so the Nosferatu are probably getting told right now. But, yeah. I think we got it. I think we got it, guys.
I will talk to the prince.
Yeah, good rap.
Are we still going to hunt then?
Well, yeah, that's because when we take them out in the cavern networks, there's probably going to be survivors that will go to Water's Edge or go eastward, which we'll need to kill off.
Brilliant.
Yes. They need to be kept from getting to Cocoa Beach. That's Sabat domain.
In the meanwhile, while this is all happening, I'm going to be gathering information on Water's Edge and the happenings there, so that when we do take out those cavern networks, we'll be in a position to actually deal with them.
I'll see what I can hear from my own roads of information.
Yeah.
It's not much, but the body mark community stays together.
Yep. Oh, one last thing, which I actually forgot to mention. I did talk briefly about secondary havens, but they probably do have an exit strategy. That could be anything from they might run on foot, they might turn into bats, they might have vehicles. We should probably know. I mean, the bats and the running we can't deal with, but if they have vehicles and stuff like that, we might want to know that. So you might just want to, if you're contacting Evie, just let her know. Like if you spot any stray, blatantly stolen vehicles, let us know so we can pop their tires or slash them like proper assholes would.
Lad, I live with her. It's not that I'm gonna be contacting her. I'm gonna be fucking going home to her.
I mean, that's okay.
I'd also like to point out that not all of them will need that to make a safe and quiet escape.
Yeah. To be honest, I think a lot of them would probably head directly to us. I mean, the Sabat are probably like, "Oh, Crusade times, come early." Crusademas.
I'm just saying it might be smart to bring some very bright lights.
I mean, I have Molotovs.
I didn't exactly mean that kind, but
Conrad
Sure.
kind of smirks.
I mean, but they're the better kind.
fireworks and all of this, doesn't it? This was more clan specific.
Wait, why do you want fireworks?
No, she said fireworks on all of us. This was more clan specific.
Oh.
I was like, did I say fireworks? So like, fireworks is pretty, but I didn't. I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, I was a bit confused for a second. I thought you said something good. Never mind me. Lance just says. But yeah, no, I think we're done. This was a wonderful evening. It was brilliant entertainment. I would like to thank you all for putting on a fantastic show.
Oh, this wasn't a show. This was a prelude.
It was I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie. This was a fucking fiesta for me. This was the best Elysium I've ever been to. Mainly because, half of us broke it.
I can
Brandon is
agree with you
gonna
there.
look over at Vance.
This has been the most interesting one so far.
There'll be more.
And it was none of us.
Yeah, I know, right? That's fucking. I mean, A+ for Clan Bruja, guys. We get 10 out of
Right?
10.
Not a single fucking one of us frenzied tonight.
Yeah, we get. Yeah, I think the prince should reward
Gold
us.
fucking stars.
Yeah, the prince should reward us for being the voices of reason amidst the cacophony of chaos.
If we are done with the Elysium and I am no longer needed, she's looking right at Conrad as she says this, I am going to go to the pit for a while.
Conrad just holds up his hands. You are not beholden to me. I don't know how many times I have to state this.
Yeah, she said sternly, I'm glad not to be beholden to you or anyone else. And she is walking out, heading to Vance's club.
Oh shit! Yeah. His club isn't called the Pit, by the way. It's called the Ricochet Club.
She's calling it the Pit. That's her name for it.
2 questions.
Brandon is going to tap Vance on the shoulder.
Who's tapping me?
Brandon,
Oh, yes, up, bro.
I got something for you.
Oh, what is it? Is it a punch to the face?
No, it's not a fucking punch to the face. Sure, I fucking owe you one for being a loudmouth, but he reaches into a backpack that he wears while he's riding his bike, because can't really,
Because saddlebags are
carry
are
bags.
for losers.
And he holds out a custom leather jacket with the Bruja clan symbol on the back.
Oh, sick. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. That's really cool.
Fancy.
Yeah.
I want one. Well, not with the brew half.
It is hand. It's pretty clear that this is a hand-stitched leather jacket.
Fucking nice.
Because Brandon is a leather worker.
Hey.
Valerie opens her mouth as to speak and then shuts it. Nope.
Sick.
I'm not getting her one.
I put this on, but it'd be laying her other jacket, and that'd just be weird, even by my standards. But you know,
I figured you'd earned it.
I'll be wearing this in thinking of you as I blow the heads off the bat of a shotgun. I think that's really the best. I think that's really the best reciprocation I can give. Any Bruges I can give, unless they're anti-tribute, then they're fucked.
Yeah, please don't shoot my head off. It hurts.
Well, talking about my clan's anti-tribute, but I mean you as well, I guess. I mean you're kind of fucked as well. But I mean, hey, you lived this long. You tried. You try. What you trying? If you tried, you'd be dead. So you're still trying. You got an E for effort from me, and that's at least a grade. That is a passing grade, which is something. That's something right there.
Are you gonna continue grading people?
I mean, people have been putting up their hands. I mean, the people have been like, fighting their beasts.
I'm being honest, my dear. Maybe you should do it too sometimes. Sometimes.
Do it what? Sorry.
Conrad looks over at Valerie. Hey, I appreciate the hand raising.
Thank you.
It's the polite thing to do.
That's nice. I like it.
He's not as much grading as he's just degrading.
Yeah, you know what?
No, I actually have a question for when you have the time.
Vance, you know what Vance takes out a scrap of paper from a shitty ass notepad that he just happens to have on hand. And he just writes on a piece of paper. Oh, 1 second.
Out of character, though, Valerie already knows about the club because I have told her to go there specifically.
Did you call it the Pit?
No, I called it the Club Ricochet.
Yeah, but she doesn't know.
That it's the same thing.
Yeah, no. She's like, the Pit? What's that? And also, beholden?
Like bound or, forced to do what they say.
Oh.
Sometimes I forget you're a baby.
I am not! And she pouts like a baby.
You're my baby, but you're a baby.
Not everything can be found in, well, the books.
I'm saying the word beholden can't be found in the book.
So if you want
Wait, who are we calling a baby?
Give me the information instead of having me run around getting myself.
This little Valerie lass over here.
Valerie's being called a baby.
Oh,
That's it's okay. It's meant very lovingly, and she knows that.
I mean, you know, when older kindred tell younger kindred that they mean it lovingly, they're usually full of shit.
there's a big difference between, well, Victor and she like glances around and then looks to him and then just smiles.
Well, I hope you're right, because otherwise, the only one losing out is you.
Meanwhile, Arjun is just bored and has just got his pack of cards out and is shuffling them.
But Victor's just not sure how to respond to any of that. He's just sitting there like, yeah.
So what's the pit?
The pit? Oh, I think she was referring to my club.
Your club.
I have a club. I think you'd actually like it given your get up. You goth culture, right? Docker?
Huh. I do.
Yeah, you'd probably like it.
Chris, why do you sound like you're in a well?
That's because I have to go to a different room and it's echoey in here.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, not very easy to understand. Sorry.
Yeah, no, but he says, no, you probably like it. Would be your sort of scene. Has the whole punk goth thing going. For the record, Vance is actually dressed up like very much like a punk. His tattoos all over him. Has one half of his head shaved. Kind of basically just wearing a vest and a black jacket and black trousers.
Yeah, if you
He looks very rough around the edges.
at any point in time when he was standing up, he's covered in tattoos, at least from any visible skin in his face. Like, straight up to behind the fucking ears.
Well,
and he's wearing like an open, very old, like, very used dress shirt, which probably used to be white at some point, but it's been washed one too many times, and and worn leather jacket, and just a pair of fucking jeans that are probably a bit too tight.
Well, you both look like you'd enjoy it, so feel free to stop by any time. I only have 2 rules. One of those is the masquerade. The other one is don't fuck. You can fuck my patrons, but don't fuck with my patrons. If you know what I mean. You do that, and I get violent, and trust me, I can put you down very quickly if you try that shit. I don't mean to get all intimidating, threatening, but I take the safety of my patrons extremely seriously. It's the only thing I really do take seriously. So...
Why did she then go there mad?
I mean, it's an amazing place to love. It's a punk goth club. I feel like that answers the same question.
Not if you have to hide yourself and not get to do anything. Sounds rather boring, actually.
What? What do you... What? What do you mean hide yourself?
Didn't you just say, 1, uphold the masquerade, which I assume is, a general rule?
It's the reason we're not all dead.
Yeah, I know. I'm not questioning that. It's just the way you said it, and then don't fuck with my patrons, was basically don't... Yeah.
Hey man, I don't really care about a barroom brawl. I do care about you murdering people in my premises. It basically comes down to use your common sense. Don't commit flagrant felonies in my club.
Yeah, I'm
fairly certain
one guy goes up to generally allowed anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, lots of kindred do it and they don't give a fuck, which is why I have to institute such rules. But yeah, it's like basically, yeah. If a drunk asshole comes up to you and decides to treat you like shit, then yeah, kick his shit in. I don't really care as long as you don't actually, kill him or leave him comatose. That's all I really care about, though. Like, it really just comes down to use your better judgment, use your common sense. If someone's not starting on you, don't start on them. But there's plenty to do there. It's literally like, I think you'd enjoy it. But if you don't, that's fine. You don't have to come back. Ain't my problem. You like it, you don't, you don't. As I said, you can feed there. Kind of think of it like a rank.
Put the pet on the list.
Pardon?
I don't think it's called the pit.
It's not called the pit, it's called Ricochet.
Oh!
I've heard of that.
Oh! That's the one you recommended.
Mm-hmm. And I
Well,
was
then
good.
we may have to
We'll
go,
get
yeah.
Valerie.
Yeah, I'll show you around. It'll be fun.
Sounds interesting.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure we have the same definition of fun,
Oh,
but it could be an experience.
Could be an experience.
By that point, Arjun has gotten bored and he's doing like the fancy card shuffling thing. When you're like, they go in the air, going from one hand to the other.
What you thinking,
bored.
Gambit? What's going through your mind?
Me?
Yeah.
Not much. I'm just sitting here waiting till this is all over now.
I mean, the meeting's over. You can fuck off. Like.
Castile shrugs. You can go back to the chantry.
That's
probably where Katya headed.
Oh my god, you live in that fucking chantry? Oh my god.
Oof.
Okay.
I have my
pretty
own
funny.
place. No, I have my place, and I go there sometimes.
Sure. Wink. I got your back, bro.
Or you can deal these cards and you can play something.
I mean, no, I shouldn't. For the first time in a while, I'm not going to.
Shouldn't what?
Well, I shouldn't play Ravnos at cards. Fucking hell.
Ah.
Do you have a problem with
Raised her hand.
gambling?
What you say?
I asked if you have a problem with gambling.
Oh, I don't care about gambling at all. I just think the Ravnos is too good at it for me to participate. Unlike some people, I want to hold on to my money.
To be fair, yeah, playing against the Ravnos wouldn't be the wisest thing.
And to be fair, gambling with any kindred's a bit risky.
Well, with that, and he'll bow farewell to everyone here, and he'll leave.
See you around, Argy.
Hillsberg, he doesn't mind Argy. He's like, why not?
Next thing you know, I'm gonna call him Marjorie. It'll be really annoying.
Okay, that will be a no.
I'm gonna fucking tell everyone to call him Marjorie now. That's what's
Put him
gonna
in a
happen.
dress and a wig, call him Marjorie. I do not say this in character.
I have a few questions.
You are such the attentive pupil.
Well,
That
that's one
sentence
way
didn't
to
make
learn.
Well, what you want to know?
The word chantry. was mentioned, and I've only read some. It's surprisingly difficult to get your hands on anything kindred related these days.
I mean, particularly Tremere related, yeah.
Yeah.
No offense,
So,
alright.
Looks over at her. It's our communal haven.
R, as in
Tremere's.
Clan
Tremere.
It's like their barracks, or they're like little how to say it's
Hub.
like their little camp. It's like
More like
you
their
know,
Playboy mansion, I'd say.
like Playboy. I don't think many of them are Playboy mansions. I think more of them are like yeah.
I don't think so many fun things go on there.
Oh, a lot of things happen like that, just nothing we know about. Because you know that's kind of the whole point.
And what? There's one chant
There's more
for.
than one.
There could be
I
one.
don't know
there
how
could
many in
be
the
two.
city.
Well, they did. The old charm tree was briefly taken by the red lister, and then I think you guys got it back, if I recall.
Yes, the chantry is ours again.
Hooray! Good job. Yeah, it's like a barracks or a bunkhouse or a you know place where we all pray to our Lord and Savior, the pyramid, that sort of thing. I guess you could consider it's like a. Oh yeah, I guess a church isn't a bad comparison.
That might be why it's called Chantry.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Oh god, that's actually really grim.
I don't know. All I've seen of it was a pool party.
I mean, that's the optics on that. Fucking dark. Oh, I mean, I guess it was never bright. May as well just go all in. Pool party, though. Yeah, I remember that. That's you got absolutely everybody got fucked up in that party. Yeah, see, fun things do happen at the Chantry. Pool
Never a boring
parties.
day.
So, I've never done this before. Do I just leave my phone number and someone will call me when we go hunting? Or, what's the deal here?
Yeah, you let us trade numbers. I regularly use a burner, so I use burners, so my number may eventually cease to be useful to you, but when I get a new phone, I'll just text you the new number, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, text her. She's more likely to pick up than I am.
I mean, I'll take both your numbers.
Saying you're more likely to answer to anything than I am.
Oh, well, yes. That is my job.
Yes.
Most of the time.
So, what, are you a fucking, what, you use, like, fucking PA or something?
I'm his assistant.
Oh my god, you are a
help
PA.
from the shop. She winks.
I'm a bit old-fashioned still, I'm afraid.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
If it's up to me, we'd all be walking.
So what shop do you run?
I run in Scylla Ink. Tattoo shop.
Oh yeah, I guess that's kind of obvious. Why did I really... Yeah. Cool, that day was sometime.
Sure. Ever need a tattoo, come on out around.
Yeah.
I'll make it last too.
None of the...
Special treat.
He actually, what Vance does, he kind of, he goes, none of the, and then he kind of raises his hands and wiggles his fingers to emphasize the thing. No, not comfortable with that, I'll be honest.
So you want a temporary tattoo? Otherwise, I'll need to do the. And he raises his hand and mimics, wiggling his fingers, the thing.
Well, here's the thing, right? I mean, the thing that we're talking about. I hope you can understand that most of us have seen what that thing can do and what it's generally been used for.
All of you at this table right now can see what that thing has done. She smiles.
To both of us. I didn't start out tattooed.
I had a few before I met you, but
Here's the thing. Never mind. I might pay you a visit, I might not. Either way, wish you luck. Good business to you, in any case. But,
I don't
yeah.
do more than asked for. So if you ask for a permanent tattoo, that's what you get. You get what you pay for.
I just hope you can understand, considering I've only been out of the Sabbat war for about, I mean, what has it been? It's been less than a year already.
nobody's forcing you, honey.
That's what I mean. I'm still a bit leery, you know.
Supposedly we got all the time in the world, don't we?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. They say that it's bullshit because most of you won't make your 10th year. Well, most of us here are lucky because we've made our 10th year. Most of us don't.
Yeah.
You think about it, you know. Actually, seriously consider this though. Consider how many elders there are in the world, then consider how many ancilla there are, then consider how many neonates there are. And how the number very sharply declines, right? In theory, we have all the time in the world. In practice, very few of us do.
The potential is there.
There's a potential for a lot of things. There's a potential for me to give you a shit kicking. I don't do it. Like, no, I'm actually a little bit too mean now. I do apologise. I was going a bit too far. But what my point. So I'm sorry. You won't hear me say sorry much, but I'm actually sorry about that one. What I'm trying to say is that, like, much like potential, much like words, potential is wind in the air. Doesn't actually mean much.
Well, of course, it doesn't mean much if we don't use it, if we don't utilize it, if we don't.
No, wait. Best student has to ask a question again.
Not only when you're done with your
Monologue.
she like gestures to you. Like,
That's fine. No, I have, you know, I'll make all the time in the world for you.
Vance is never done being Vance.
This is also
Just
accurate.
him.
As I'm sure you've realised, I'm a cunt. But
I
then again,
doubt that I will have this opportunity again this soon. So I would like to, if I may, ask and I gotta say the NPCs. If perhaps there was an opportunity for a, what do you call them, younglings?
Neonates?
Neonate.
As myself, more information, preferably books.
Even a pamphlet would do on some things.
not really. We don't really have a lot of books, do we?
We really do need to make a pamphlet for the neonates.
I mean, no, because that's kind of a huge. Isn't that like isn't the whole reason we do that because of the masquerade? I mean, no, that's someone
Nobody
to do
said
it
you had to
anyway.
let them keep it. Read it and
If
burn it.
anyone has information they're willing to share about all of this, I am very interested.
Okay.
Because all of this is still somewhat new. And having been out of the game for a little bit because of certain circumstances, and now being rushed right back into it, I'd like to know.
Well, Valerie, the bookstore sent you to. It's still available.
I never wrote down what that bookstore is called because I'm dyslexic and didn't know how to spell it. That's the only reason I haven't gone. So if someone would do me a favor of just spelling out the name of that place, that would be
Yeah, somebody put it in
By the
chat
way,
because I don't actually know
Christine,
what it is.
great.
have Bullet send me a blurb on the bookshop and I will put it in the forum.
Oh, book it to the. Okay. I'd like to go there.
I'll let you know. Well, you have to.
It's the same reason why I haven't gone to the club, is because I didn't know how to spell it.
Oh boy.
I'm very sorry.
I think just for
I think the club is in the places of interest or something. I believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is in the places of interest on the forum.
Oh yeah, I still don't know how 90% of that works at all. I'm working on it.
I
I'm just kind
believe
of stupid.
Yeah.
I believe for the sake of helping the dear Valerie here with Elysium and such, it would be a good idea to refresh the rules.
I mean, I can do that.
Please do.
Any?
Appreciated.
Okay, so you want to know the rules of the city? I assume by rules you mean like the rules of here, right? Rules of the city, rules of the Cameron.
I want to know the rules to follow so that I won't end up on this red
Okay,
list
well,
thing.
okay, well,
I'd like to keep my
well,
head on my shoulders.
Well, it's pretty simple not to end up there. Actually, you have to work pretty hard to and
I
do
know.
horrible things.
in any case, alright, so there's 6 big written rules that the camera wants you to follow. And it goes something like this. I'm not going to put it in old form because that's a waste of everybody's time. So the first rule is the one you already know, it's the masquerade, it's the big fat important one. Do not reveal the nature of your existence to humans. If you do, cover it up. Usually that involves killing the human, but some of us can make them forget things. It's dark, but I'm not trying to hide anything from you. That's the first rule. Don't reveal your vampiric nature to humans. Second rule is domain. So, in theory, the prince has this entire city as his domain. And whoever holds domain, what they say goes. Because the prince holds his whole city as domain, what he says and it goes. The prince may also gift parts of the city or certain buildings and places to other kindred in his employ. And that becomes their domain. And then what they say goes. Kind of like my nightclub Ricochet. The prince gave me that as my domain, which means when you enter that area, what I say goes. If you directly contravene me in my domain, you would be breaking the tradition of domain. And because the prince holds the entire city as his domain, if you go against his decree or laws in this city, you're contravening him and breaking his domain. Third rule is progeny, i.e., don't make other vampires unless the prince lets you. I mean, yeah.
As Brandon just glares at Vance.
I feel like the story here.
Yeah.
Smoking the cigarette and trying to not touch this one.
Fourth tradition is accounting, basically until your progeny or the vampire, the kindred under you, is considered a full-blown neonate, like you, because everybody keeps calling you a neonate, I assume you are. You are responsible for the actions of your child, which means so if they fuck up, you get punished. Some kindred also interpret it as permission for them to also reclaim their child, as in kill them because they fucked up too much. That's a bit iffy, to be completely honest. I'm not really going to talk too much about it. I'll give my personal opinions later. Fifth tradition is the hospitality. It basically means when you show up to a city, and preferably someone's private domain in a city, you present yourself to the person who runs it. So if you come to Orlando, you give the prince or his receptionist a call and say, hey, I'm in the city, can we have a meeting so I can tell you why I'm here? There you go. That's hospitality. Basically just informing someone that you're around and asking for permission to stay. Because the prince can say, I don't give you my hospitality, you have to leave. Then there's a sixth tradition, and that's the destruction, and it basically is the rule that you can't kill anyone, you can't kill any kindred unless the prince says, kill that kindred. That's pretty much it with that one. You can't kill a kindred unless the prince says you can. As I've already said though, sometimes other traditions come into play and some kindred are like, oh no, I can murder this guy because he was my baby. But yeah.
What if the gargoyles then? Are they not, or were they not kindred?
Well,
I suppose he was here and
in theory,
all about
because
asking for them to die.
Well, this is where it gets a bit complicated, right? So, in theory, because this is a Camarilla domain, the Camarilla rules here, all kindred are a part of the Camarilla, regardless of whether they say so or not. The only exceptions to that are the Setites, the Assamites, and the Giovanni, and the Ravnos. 4 clans. But even they can join if they want to. Only the Giovanni can't because there's a weird treaty there. But in theory, the Gargoyles are a part of the Camarilla and as such are subject to the traditions. And in theory, they're in breach of almost all of them right now because they haven't shown hospitality to the prince. They've almost certainly broken multiple domains in the name of the Red Lister. I don't know if they've killed any kindred, but if they've done so, then they've broken the destruction. If they've created other gargoyles, then they've broken progeny and the accounting, by extension. And by their very nature, one could argue they're a breach of the masquerade, and as such should be destroyed. But that wouldn't be popular for Nosferatu, and I'd be inclined to agree with them. Now, one could also argue these kindred are independent, and as such are not subject to the traditions of the Camarilla. The Camarilla does not generally approve of such interpretations, unless you're one of those 4 clans, and really only the Giovanni get blown in regularly, because they have a whole contract written up with the Camarilla about it.
So they have a piece of paper that states they don't have to do what the Camarilla and the prince says, and therefore they can do whatever they want.
I think the gist of it basically was, what was it called? I'm not really a scholar. It was the Promise of 1528. It was way back in 1528. And basically the gist of it is that the Camarilla can't involve itself in Giovanni politics. The Giovanni can't involve itself in Camarilla politics. If the Giovanni come to a Camarilla city, they can't interfere with Camarilla shit. The prince will probably give them domain just as a sort of like, here's your corner, now don't bother me. But sometimes the prince will say, well, this is Camarilla domain, you can't interfere with us, so sorry, you gotta go. But the Giovanni could say, well, at the same time, you can't interfere with us, we can come and go as we like. We're just going to establish ourselves here, which hasn't been claimed as part of the city's domain, and you can't interfere with us. It's in theory it's clear cut, but like all things political, it depends on a lot of different things. Like if the Giovanni are big, like Giovanni, I mean they're called the Giovanni. They're really tough in Italy, right? They're big kids in Venice, right? If the Camarilla walked into Venice, they would probably have to go do what the Giovanni says. Do what the Giovanni say, because no one's going to challenge the Giovanni in Venice. They run that place. It's their circus. But if you try to challenge the Camarilla in London, well, the Giovanni have to play by the Camarilla's rules there, because the Camarilla run that place like a, I don't know, really fucking like shit. So again, in theory, they don't interfere with each other. In practice, they kind of have to do so in order to work around each other. It's basically an agreement to neutrality. We won't fuck with each other. That's kind of the easiest way to put it, and really the most honest way of putting it.
All right then. Anything else?
Do you know what Camarilla titles are?
I know there's like Elder, Ancilla. I read of a Primogen as well, and then I know of the prince and his.
If that's
That's
okay,
more
I
plant-based.
think I will go. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
See you
getting
around,
rather
Alex.
bored, to be honest. No, out of
No
character.
problem.
I'm getting rather bored. If
I'll
we're
see you
going through
later.
all of these, so yeah.
We don't have to go over all of these.
Yeah. I'll just visit me at my club, and I'll give you a rundown. And
This was more me asking if there was anywhere I could do some self-studying, as to not
We've
take
also hit at like 3 hours in scene at this point.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't managed to put a word in, so.
Just raise your hand. It works.
It works.
You're very
It really
low, so
does.
it's hard to hear you when you're
Yeah,
talking.
well, I can't speak loudly because people are sleeping. So
Alright.
that's the thing. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Alex will get up, excuse herself, say good evening to everyone, and fuck off. So good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Right.
But I'd like to ask the NPCs again if they know of any place where or anyone I could talk to.
Brennan looks over at her, and he will take out a pen and a piece of paper and write down an address and hand it to her.
She'll take it, but she can't really stand up, so she just hopes it gets within range. And then...
He's loosened his grip by now.
Oh,
you want to get out?
He would come over and hand it to her.
Cool. She takes it and she stuffs it in her bra.
That is mine and Eve's address. Come by anytime. Well, when we're awake, obviously, but...
I believe I've already exchanged words and numbers with Eve, so I could just send a text beforehand.
Indeed. But swing by anytime. We're both pretty willing to take youngins under our wing.
I appreciate it. And then she leans backwards into Victor's grip again, while smiling at him.
So if nobody else has any declarations, this has been a 3-hour scene.
I'm claiming praxis.
Don't make me.
We're all claiming praxis. We're not Camarilla, but we're claiming praxis.
This is an archbishopric now. This is a Sabat chest. Bring on the Molotovs.
I've not been Sabat for 200 years. This is now Sabat.
Well, it was a good 6 months.
Anyway, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. This has been a scene for Unmask Orlando. We'll see you next time.